Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Sunday night stream. Slightly earlier than scheduled, but it's going to be a busy one nonetheless. We have lots to do. I haven't been on all of today or pretty much most of yesterday as well, so I'm expecting a whole load of expires. I've had a pretty busy weekend, so let's go play some WoW and make some gold. So first off, let's go check the auctions. Let's go have a look. Run outside. What's my frame rate like? That seems to be alright. Molten bolts. Excuse me. Been waiting for me to go live since you found my YouTube channel. Well, welcome indeed, Molten Bolts. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We literally just started. We're going to go through our mailbox opening first and check our expires. We've got some sales, which is quite nice. 7,600 so far, but I really need to get these expires out first, so I'm going to do those first and then see where we land after that, because the enchants is the main thing I want to get back on. That's the main thing. Good evening, Bullseye. How are you? Oh, Gregor, thank you ever so much for the sub. That's extremely kind of you. Straight in there with the sub. Thank you ever so much. How have you been, Gregor? I hope you're doing well. Wait for that to just refresh through. Ooh, cobalt leg plate sold for 487. No, your support is very much appreciated, Gregor. Thank you indeed. So we're looking at 7,600 so far. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get, because I relisted everything on Saturday morning. It was the last time I was on. So I'm not expecting massive amounts. What's that up to? 12,000? That's not bad. Not bad. Good evening, Costa. How are you? How's your weekend been? Hope it's all been well. How are you feeling? Are you feeling a bit better now? Oh, rustic workman's shirt. That's a good sale. 3 elemental forces. A very cheap Illusions Azeroth. That never sells for as much as it used to sell for. And Pickle Storm Ray, Barracuda, and a Mooncloth robe sold as well. That's good. I'm not sure I've got enough fell cloth to make another one of those though. Went camping this weekend with a few people, considering the weather's been good. Excellent, Gregor. Excellent indeed. That sounds like fun. I haven't been camping in a long while. It's improving. Oh, good to hear, Costa. Good to hear. Yeah, it's been a lovely weekend. Lots of nice weather for me. Not too hot, not too cold. Oh, there's a load more sales in. We're up to 21,000. Okay, looking better, looking better. There's some, look at that. Some lavish feast sales. Good to see those. I was a bit worried when I bought all those out the other day. I was worried I was going to... Oh no, those are expires. No, they weren't sales, they were expires. That's what I was worried about happening. There we are. But still coughing. Sorry to hear that. Yes, those are lavish feasts. I was a bit worried I bought too many of those the other day, and it looks like I may have proved myself right without listening to all your advice. But lesson learnt. Good evening, Gwynn. How are you? How's your weekend been? Hope it's been good. Right, I'm going to wait for this last 7 mail to come through. Not expecting a lot, but you never know. And there we go. That's all of them. What do we get? Some ember silk cloth. We'll take those. So, what have we got? Sales. We did sell 3 feasts. Weapon Windsong, Mage Weave leggings, Fighter Chow, Hexweave bag, 3 elemental forces. So 24,000. Not great. I mean, that's spread over a couple of days, so that isn't as much as it could be. Still your most commonly sold enchant these days. Me too, Gregor. Me too, definitely. I mean, the profits aren't amazing. 639. And have a look at the elemental force. Let's just search. Yeah, the profit's actually pretty much pure profit, because the crafting cost is 5 gold. based off my mysterious essence price of 5 gold for 3. So that's definitely good. Good, thanks. Week off work now. Excellent. Taking your first steps into TSM. Excellent. Good to hear, Gwilym. Doing very well here. Sadly, I don't have a week off work. I've got a very busy week ahead of me. Hey TJ, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, for 600 to 700, it's a pretty good price. Yes, that's true. I've got some cells off Awakening to do, as well as Earthen. So let's have a look at those. Let's open the mail. Let's have a look at these ones. Working on your NA account. Oh, multiple realms. Interesting. I don't think I've got quite the time to be able to do more than one. I'm so far behind content with Samadan. I've got so much I want to do on this one server. I can't imagine going on another one yet. In time, perhaps, in time. Right, we had some expires. Let's go get those on. Now, that's everything selected, so let's post those. Main things enchants here. We need to get those on. Hey Gortok, how are you? So behind on both, decided to get to 200,000 on EU, then just snipe. Not a bad idea, TJ. Let us know how you get on with that. Eleron, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the stream. NA, you've been playing with Sleepy today. Oh, excellent. Well, that's a good thing about being on... oh, Harriet. I hope I got that right. Thank you ever so much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's nice to be able to play with people who are on NA. That is the difficulty being EU. I know a lot of my viewership is from NA, so I do miss out on being able to join in things like the boosting and stuff. Tantrum, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? Hope it's been good. Right, lots of things to put on, so let's post these on. Let's go through all those. So we're Bear Tartar's looking cheap. Now, how many of those are on at that price? Hold on. Let me just. I'm going to post everything on. Mr. Deadfellow, how are you? Are you any YouTube watcher? Okay, no problem, Harriet. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. I'm glad that my YouTube channel's reaching people, because that's not everyone is on Twitch, so it's nice to be able to catch people on YouTube as well. How's the challenge going? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's find my chart. So, on first inspection, one would look at this chart and think it's not that great, because you can see here my blue line where I'm at is quite a bit lower than the red line where I should be at. What we're trying to do though is make amends on this. We've got alchemy still working its way in the background. Now I'm quietly confident with Awakening and the alchemy, because we've been able to make some really good sales with living steel. The main thing we've had with that is getting the materials for it. So that's why we're trying to level up El Morty, my Death Knight, who's the miner, and he can smelt the ghost iron ore and the trillium ore and all those things. But it's only at level 65 at the moment, so we need to go a few more levels, and then hopefully with those combined I'm going to be able to just have a little bit of an upturn in sales. Plus all the other things I'm going to try and do, like more farms, try and expand other professions, try and see if there's any other markets, see what happens with BFA coming out as the pre-patch comes out. You know, there might be a renewed interest, people will be off doing new things, so I'm going to see what I can do to sort of turn this slower rate into a higher rate, hopefully towards the end. So who's going to boost today? We'll work something out, Costa, I'm sure. We'll probably do that later with El Morte and do another run, maybe of Ramparts, because that seems to work out really well. Oh, hold on, just got cramp in my foot. Just got to stretch my leg out. There we go. Right, let me just catch up on that. I've been playing for so long, you forgot how fun it is to play with other people. Yes, that's true, TJ. It really is good playing with others. Oh, the Mage Tower is up. Okay, drums it is then. Is that EU or NA, Mr. Deadfellow? Started keeping track of how much gold you make every day as well. It's looking great. Excellent, excellent, very good. On EU, right, okay, then that means Earthen needs to sort something out with that. Just want to look at this bear tartar whilst I'm here though, because that's looking relatively cheap. Bear tar. Yeah, there we go. So the minimum price, I've gone at minimum here for Samadan, but I don't really like the 3 gold minimum. I would be tempted. How many have I got left? See, I've still got 2,200, so much as I would love to buy those, I'm actually going to change my minimum price. Instead of being 3 gold, I want to put it up here at more like 8.98. So I don't want to be too close to these ones. So I'm going to take my bear off. I'm going to cancel those. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to change my group. There we go. It'll be up for 24/7 soon. That's a good point. I heard about that, Tantrum, isn't it? They were considering doing that for the end so that everyone can get a chance to do it. There you go. I think my PC was buzzing then. So that's going to be something to look into, is to make sure you've got your Drums of Fury and your Bear Tartar all sorted. So let's just pick up that stack, and then I'm going to change my minimum price. Hey Bob, how are you? And Foku, how are you both? Hope you've had good weekends so far. We're just going through and changing some operations on Bear Tartar. So we've got 3 operations. So we'll have to change each of them individually because I haven't linked up their prices. So I'm going to change this 3 gold to 8 gold. And then just go through lots of bear. That one. So that one's going to change from 3 to 8. And this one we're going to change 3 to 8, and then double check the 20 was changed. Yes, it was. Okay, now I'll repost those on. And we'll go there, and we'll run a post again. There we go. Was down to 53 gold each, so reset the market buying at 42,000 worth of charms. Whoa, that's loads. That was 3 hours ago. Currently I've sold for 37,000. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Hey Forever, how are you? I went live early. Yes, I did. I had lots to do, and my family's all sorted, so I thought I'd grab the opportunity and try and get as much done today as I can. Pantalus, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. It'll take a while for everyone to join up. Yes, this is true. We'll see how it goes. We'll let it go for a little while. Got all our maintenance to do at the moment. You saw my art giveaway, did you? You had an idea what you could do to pick the winner. Pick the winner and draw one of their characters with Transpog. And you can see there's an armory. Good idea, Tantrum. Good idea. I like that one. I ordered yesterday extra memory. Okay. Right. Good idea. Yes, I'm currently sitting at 8 gigabytes on my PC on Mr. Potato. And the current spec of Mr. Potato 2.0 has got 8 gigs ready and waiting. We just need to, but I've got 4 slots there, so I've got 1 stick of 8, and so I've got the capacity to go up quite a bit with Mr. Potato 2.0. Once I get some more components, we can start building him. Right, so that's done, that's done. Now, what do we need to do is we need to do the restocks. So I need to check my auctions so that TSM can see what we've done, which it can. And now we can go to Enchanting. I'm imagining there's a few of these. Let's have a look at the enchants. Restock enchants, and we have 6 critical strikes. The price of these must have gone up into profits again. 3 elemental forces. Windsong, Mongoose and Crusader. Now Mongoose is proving to be a little bit difficult with the materials on that one, so we're going to have to just see what we can get with those, because materials are quite in low supply. Not the auction house. Guild Bank. There we go. Gather items. Okay. Let's try opening that up again with Enchanting this time. this time with vigour. There we go, that looks more correct. There we go. You think you got 3 or 4 gigs on your dino? It's not just me, the Neleron, is it? Hey, Hexasti. I think I've got Hextacy. I think I got that right. Go do BT. BT for the mongoose. What's BT? Doing really well. Having a sick night on auction house at the moment. Found a solution to your supply problem regarding temporal crystals. Someone listed 500 for 40%. Nice. Black temple. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that could work, couldn't it? Any of the raids or dungeons around that era should help. Hey Titus, doing very well, thank you very much. How are yourself? What are we doing? Plato, Mysterious Essence, and Arcana we need to make. Okay, what did we just sell? Enchant Ring, Binding of Haste. Right, okay, so let's get the ones we can make, switch to the standard and do some lay shatters to get that last of the Arcana we need. And that's another sale of Mark of the Trained Soldier. So sales are coming in. That's good. So I'm just checking this Arcana at the moment. And once that's done, I should have enough. There we go. Now Mysterious Essence I should be able to make myself. There it is. I can make 2 because I got some spirit dust that I got quite cheaply. So let's make those 2. And I need some more spirit dust. So let's go to the guild vault. Gather those up. There we go. Not having the greatest of time. You lost 250k on a pet by posting "Get cheap by mistake." Ouch, forever. Ouch indeed. Good evening, Rollin. How are you? Yeah, it's one of those things. Forever. It's a lesson learned indeed. Hey, Sharkin, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. That's unusual for you to be around this sort of time. Hope you're doing well. Oh, and I got a couple of follows there. Brother Brad and The Firmness. Thank you ever so much for the follows. As the Mage Tower is up 24/7, chance and food will fly off the shelves. Hopefully, ecstasy. Hopefully, or hextasy rather. I think that should be right. Shark and go to sleep. Oh, have you been doing a 24-hour one? That would explain it. How was it? How did you get on, Sharkin? Hope it was all good. Oh, it broke, did it? Oh no. You're stressed, are you, Molly? Oh, sorry to hear that. Better than the other day. Well, that's good. That's good at least. Oh, the last 30 minutes it broke. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Your internet just died the last hour. That happens. Yeah, you got to just watch out for that. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Joe Como and Perrin. Thank you ever so much. And Ukes, thank you ever so much. So are these all from? I didn't get the host notification, Sharkin, but I'm assuming as you're in here, even though your thing broke. Thank you ever so much for sending people my way. The auto host. Okay, well, fantastic. Thank you ever so much, Sharkin. That's extremely kind of you. For everyone who's popped in through Sharkin stream, a little introduction from me. I'm Samadan, and I make my gold mainly through doing professions, enchanting and tailoring and cooking and leatherworking. I'm just starting on, what am I doing? Alchemy and herbalism, and that's doing really well at the moment with the living steel. What I'm doing at the moment is I've got a challenge going, is to get the Brutosaur mount. This little chart here is my road to 5 million, and basically where we are at here at the moment, this is the blue line, all the stuff that I've earned so far, which is off target at the moment, so I'm looking to increase my gold capacity. Thank you everyone for the follows. That's extremely kind of you. I wish I could say thank you to all of you individually, but thank you all. It's extremely kind of you. So if anyone would like a copy of this chart, if if I do a thingy chart, you're welcome to take a copy of this and do your own challenge up to 5 million for the Brutosaur mount. What we're doing here is, so when I first heard about it, I started here at 1 million. And so just my regular professions, I've gone all the way on up here, and I make about 25,000 a day. But what I'm trying to do is get my alchemy leveled up, and I've also got a Frost Death Knight that I'm looking to get up to level, sort of Pandaria level, so I can do all the ghost iron and the things like that. And that's going to really help my profit margins. So that's where we're at the moment. We're just literally going through, and we're doing all our restocks at the moment. So we're working on Enchanting at the moment. So thank you everyone for the follows. It's extremely kind of you. I really do appreciate the support. So I'm going to make my enchants that I've got the materials for at the moment. So I'll stop gathering for now. And we're located in Booty Bay, which is really useful because the auctioneer and the guild bank and the mailbox and the bank are all in the same place, which is really handy. So the things we can make at the moment is going to be Windsong. So we're missing Mongoose because we're missing a few materials for that, and the Tome of Illusions we're missing some Essence of Fire for. The firmness, no problem at all. Make a lot of gold by mining the Corium. If you go into 10-man Corium raid and you force the respawn. Yes, I've heard a lot of good farming advice from people, so there's a lot of things that I'd like to look into over the next few weeks. But thank you, Simuse, it's very very useful. I shall add that one. Pointy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Have I upgraded to BFA yet? No, I haven't actually, to boots. What I've done is I've pre-ordered the collector's edition. It's going to be my very first collector's edition. So that's where because I've used my BattleNet balance that I've currently got to do I did a faction transfer of my Troll Druid over to Alliance so I could pool my alchemy. Hey Jack, how are you? Let me just skip up to the top to make sure I haven't missed anyone. So lots of stuff came through in there. Shinjiki, thank you for stopping by. And all the follows, thank you ever so much everyone for the follows. It's extremely kind of you. And Sharkan, thank you again for the host. It's been extremely kind of you. Is this the new computer yet? No, not yet, Pointy. We did, and Jack, thank you. We did test out Mr. Potato 2.0. The motherboard was up and running as of last night, which was fantastic. I put the memory in, thanks to the very kind donation from Pointy. So the 8 gigs is working as well. I just didn't hook up the hard drives correctly, so Windows wasn't booting. So I've gone back to my original Mr. Potato motherboard for now, because I didn't really want to mess around with things and risk not being able to stream tonight. So that was my main focus. But everything's tested and everything's working. RAM is so expensive, Gregor. It really is. I could afford the 8 gigabytes. I've got one 8 gigabyte stick, so that's kind of the bare minimum at the moment. But yes, all working. Thank you very much, Jack. Thank you, Cognitive Wins, for the follow. Right, so we need to post on our auctions that we've got at the moment. Got a few sales coming in, so that's a good start to the evening. Very good indeed. Got the exact same stick of RAM you got 2 years ago. Cost you 26 then, 56 now. Yeah, it's so much more expensive. You got two 4 gig for €92. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, are you sitting on the floor? Yes, I am, Zorbak. It's extremely comfortable. I'm sat on my my sort of in my family living room at the moment, and so this is the most comfortable thing for me. Good evening. How's that? Shkik? I think I've done that correctly. Good evening. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's €150 for 16 gig in France. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, Mr. Potato seems to get the job done extremely well for WoW and stream. Exactly, Swarcast, exactly. Mr. Potato does find graphic settings are on 5, so we're middle of the road. I'm alright with that. But obviously, a bit more RAM and a bit more CPU power would definitely help. Do I sell a lot of Walls of Draenor enchants? I'm not sure which ones are the Walls of Draenor ones, Foku. Red and Sims, thank you ever so much for the follows. Very well here, Skig. And Senzafine. Is that right? Yes. Senzafine. Hello and welcome. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Might get hit a bit with new requirements, though. Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. Now, I do have access to the beta. I have been avoiding it so far because I do want to avoid spoilers and what have you. But it probably is worth a little test to see how Mr. Potato copes with the new specs. I might have to look into doing that. First time catching the stream. I've seen my videos on YouTube. Oh, excellent. Well, thank you, Sensifine, for stopping over. Welcome to the live version of my YouTube. This is where we pretty much go through most of the stuff that I do, which is mainly my routines of reposting and recrafting the things that I've sold. So we'll start with a gather of my tailoring next. So start gathering. I'm not sure if I've got everything for a mooncloth robe. Let me just check. Let's see what we can do. Does that Tauren really have a nickname Pizza and is a guild Domino's? Quite possibly. You've got an i5 4460. Waiting to do for a Ryzen. Oh, okay. Okay, no worries. The i5 will let you put up the graphics a bit. Okay, thank you, Jack. Okay, let me have a look. What else have we got? You know a guy that's playing on an old Mac because of his job. Has no way of getting new PCs, getting locked out until he can get a new PC. Yeah, that's a shame, Sorcus. Not great to know. About to be ordering parts to build a new low-end gaming computer. Okay, nice, Eleron. Nice indeed. Pointer name sold today. You're 1060. Ah, nice, nice, Jack. Doing some farming yourself. Excellent. Push your gold skills in, mate. Well, that's good to hear, Senza. Good to hear indeed. You just learned how to use TSM4. Is TSM4 a big change? I would say it's easier, Falamore. The main thing I find is organising groups is so much easier in TSM4. Yes, the buttons will be in a slightly different place, and yes, you might have to sort of relearn some muscle memory, but on the whole, yes, I would say the principles are the same in TSM4 as they are in 3. These are the WODs ones. Gift of Critical Strike, Gift of Haste, Gift of Mastery, Gift of Versatility. I haven't tried those yet, Foku. I might have to give them a look. For you at least, yeah, I'll give them a go. I always like getting my enchants going. No worries, the firmness. You use whatever tool that you feel most comfortable with. That's the whole point. Right, so I need to make, here, 2 mooncloth robe for those. So that's what's missing there. I can make a rustic workman's shirt. But in order to get my mooncloth, I'm going to leave that vicious off. I don't need that yet. Black mage weave is fine. I'd really like to do this mooncloth, but in order to do my mooncloth, I'm going to need some fell cloth, and I don't believe it's a particularly good price. How's it looking? It might be alright, actually. How much do we need? We need a couple. Let's queue that up. So we need 4 fell cloth. Let's go have a look on the auctioneer and see. Whoops. Let's move. Oh, we're stuck. Why am I stuck? My keyboard seems to have not been working. That's going to be interesting. Okay. That's why I'm in my search bar down there. I've just seen that. There we go. Silly mistake. So shopping. I've seen the chat going off. I'm just going to search for this. And then I shall go catch up on chat in one moment. Fell cloth is actually really cheap. Let's go catch this whilst we can. I haven't seen fell cloth this cheap for a while. My average purchase price is 11 gold, so this isn't as cheap as it could be, but I'm going to take a lot of this whilst I can. Now I need to find a moon well to make this. I might pop over to Dalaran and do it. I'm going to take these now whilst I've got them. Right, let's just catch up on chat and then we can see how things are there. Right, where are we? Oh gosh, all the way up here. Right, okay. I3 will not be handy. Yeah, that's true. Plenty of gold with Auctionator. Exactly, Gregor. Exactly. She's running WoW with a Q9650 and a GTX 670. Exactly, Shinjiki. It can work, can't it? You don't need a amazing PC to do it. I mean, obviously, I was streaming at the same time as well, so I had to have slightly higher specs for Mr. Potato. Think about making some hats with leatherworking. I'm not sure about that, Firmness. How's Dottie doing today? Doing very well, thank you, Costa. She had a nice little relaxing day. Hasn't been quite so noisy at the moment. Austinop, thank you ever so much for following. Can't afford a graphics card as well, so that's why you went with the with APU. APU, as in a PC or a CPU. Never made them. Then we go capture that. There we go. Berserk Boris, how much gold do I have total and what's my highest ever? It's pretty much, I have currently at the moment is about 1,600,000 at the moment, and my highest ever is probably around this, about 1,600,000 I'd say. Good evening Lexa, how are you? And there's another follow in there. Weed Memlo, thank you ever so much for the follow. Right, I think I've caught up. Let's go look into our mooncloth situation. So we need to go. Actually, what's going to be the easiest way for this? I'm going to go. Oh, I'm going to go take a dip. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry, Jack. Dip, dip. Into the water we go. Let's go to Dalaran. I'll take it from there. APU's got the graphics built in. Right, thank you, Aileron. Thank you for the explanation. That makes sense. He took a dip. Exactly, Jack. Hey, Scorshane, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Doing very well, thank you very much. Had a lovely weekend with the family, and so got a nice bit of time to enjoy some World of Warcraft. There we go. Did I check for the recipe today? Oh, I forgot, Wangus, although I'm not too concerned right now because I do have two of them in my possession now. So I've got one in stock and one already on the auction house. Now I like to go, I've got a favourite place to go to for my mooncloth, which is over in Elwyn Forest. So I'm going to go over there. It's a bit further than your normal elven areas, but I always get lost in the elven areas, so I'm going to go over this way. With the tea, what's the tea? Added tea bag. Right, so we are facing this direction. We need to head out the gates. I did pick up my fell cloth, didn't I? Let's just check that. Yes, got my felt cloth. There we go. So we're heading over to this tree in the distance. This is my favourite place to make my mooncloth. This is where I used to do it, all the way from Stormwind. Chips and tea. I hope it's Earl Grey. That's an interesting combination. Binding and Mastery's just sold. Okay, we're getting some good sales today. That's good to see. Quite pleased with that so far. You dip, I dip, we dip. Absolutely. Right, so we're looking for a gap in the trees in the middle, just above the rocks. Would be nice if your auctions sell today. Well, just a question of patience and timing, Senza. Right, we're going to go through this gap here, and then we can head straight down, and there's our moonwell. So this is where I like to craft my mooncloth. Right, let's just hope that I picked up everything I needed. Alright, we can make 2, definitely. So let's make those. And these take forever. So I'm going to... How many can we make? We can make 6. So I'll create all. There we go. And then Samadan can put on his crafting face. There we go. And we'll just craft up this mooncloth. So you dumped all the Legion food, you're selling it for crafting plus auction house cut price. So you're pretty much done there, are you, Jack? That's fair enough. Can you go to statistics under the achievements and what's my total gold earned? Hey, Meraki, how are you? You bought, wow, 7,000 motes of harmony in the last 90 days. Wow, that's loads. What are we going in? Let's have a look. Hold on. Statistics under the achievements. Guild, group finder, adventure guide. Where is it? Achievements. Oh, we lose our mooncloth at this. Statistics. Statistics. Bandages used. I've never seen this before. Total gold acquired. Where's that coming in at? 19 million? Or something like that? Interesting. Let's make the rest of these mooncloths. Mooncloth. Create all. There we go. Nearly got them all. There we go. What do I spend it on? Mainly ingredients for other things. That would be chaos crystals for a lot of that. Because for a long time I was making most of my gold through enchanting, Legion enchanting. That's how I started. That's how I made my first lot of gold. And I spent a lot of gold on chaos crystals. I still have some in stock. Until the pre-patch is up. Yes, I've heard about that, about the Mage Tower. I'm really looking forward to that. I need to make sure I go over to Earthen and sort that out. In fact, let's go back to the tavern. Let's make our mooncloth robes. And then we can just finish off my cooking restocks, because we need to do those. And then we can hop over to my Demon Hunter and make sure that his Bear Tartar and Drums of Fury are all popped on. So heading back, we can go collect up what we need to do. Right, let's stand roughly in the middle. Right, okay, no mail there. So tailoring wise, back to TSM 4. The mooncloth we did. We can make the mooncloth robe, which was the main thing we wanted to do. So we'll make that. Smelting ghost iron for the next 12 minutes. Wow, that's loads. And relisting your glyphs for the 7th time today. Okay, good luck. And we've sold a Binding and Mastery as well. So we're getting some sales here. That's cool. Before I go into that, let's just go into cooking. I don't think Pierre's up at the moment, so let's just have a look what we need to do for cooking. Restock. Spiced rib roast, we can make 4 of. Faranar fizz. We can gather up a few of these. This is going to be easy enough. So we'll go visit the guild bank for those, gather those. And then we can cook these super quickly. They're still red, but there we go, they've turned green now. As soon as TSM updates, it resorts itself out pretty quickly. And the fighter chow, there we go. And then we'll pop those on, and post everything. So that's our restocking done. So that's the maintenance side of Samadan. Whoa, 40k. That is a lot. My mooncloth robes, I'll just post these up and have a look, are a pretty steady seller. They don't sell a lot on my low pop server because I'm on Shadowsong EU and it's not particularly high pop. But what we're going to do is, if I have a look in my ledger, I wonder if this will work. I'm not sure if the search is working at the moment. No, the search isn't working at the moment. So what we'll do is, if I actually look in my tailoring and we'll search for it here, and we can see the stats for me. Mooncloth robe here. So I've sold 18 in total and an average sale price of 5,909. For me, the region market average is 7,500. The crafting cost is pretty small, 517, so that's okay. The main ingredient in that is the mooncloth because of the fell cloth being so expensive. But if you can pick up your fell cloth cheaply, then you can make super duper profits. Right, we're done with that. We're done with that. We haven't checked any shopping bits we could possibly do. I'm going to leave most of these, but I do want to look up for the prismatics mongoose. See if there's anything here. Ah, small prismatics. They're cheap. We'll take those and we'll turn those into large prismatics. The void crystals we will need, but we don't have many of those, so let's pick up the small prismatics and then we can turn those. We need to cast the spell for that, don't we? There we go, so we swap over to Enchanting and go to a regular UI. It's sometimes easier to use that. Oh, can't spell. Is large prismatic shards times 7 out of my smalls. There we go. Keep an eye on the region price. Someone could have posted way too high. It's possible. Well, it's probable, in fact. Looks like the mean is 13,000. 13,000 is respectable, definitely. Yes, pretty much, Lexa. I did try farming them myself once, but I found the drop rate to be so low for me that I just couldn't stand it, so I didn't bother. I just look out for them on the auction house now. Immortal Phoenix, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? Excuse me one moment. So, they're very expensive on your auction house, are they? It's one of those things that tends to have a glut sometimes. So if you can catch them when there are a lot on, you can pick up a few. Obviously, depending on your server. So mongoose we were looking at, weren't we? What have we got? Have we got enough yet? Enchanting, restock. Oh, we've got a couple more things that we sold there. Train soldier. So what we could do with doing, mongoose is missing. Oh, yeah, there's quite a few void crystals there, and greater planar essence. Okay, so we'll take that off for now. I'm not going to bother with getting the materials for that just yet, but we'll do these ones because these are easy. We'll go for these. Oh, thank you ever so much, Immortal, for the follow. How much should Spirit of Harmony be? I've been reliably informed that a ballpark of around 300 gold is good. And then obviously a tenth of that for your motes of harmony, so 30 gold. You've changed your standard price for auction house searches to be average of DB market and DB region market. So you want to test it out if you can get a better view in your realm prices. Okay. It's close to 500 on your server, is it? Okay, the firmness. Okay, well, that's interesting to know. Start gathering. Let's pick all these up from my guild vault. There we go. And we need to make some more arcana. So let's do a lay shatter. Probably about 10 lay shatter. So let's make that 10 and create. There we go. How did I choose my professions? You have 3 alts, but using only 3 professions. I just went for what was fun. My priest, my main, Samadan, he started with Enchanting and Tailoring. Originally, back in vanilla, he had Engineering and Tailoring, but I swapped that for Enchanting because I wanted to disenchant all the stuff that I was going through, all the soulbound stuff. And so that just happened to be what I had, and Samadan's been my main character for most of my playtime throughout WoW. Now, when I made the Demon Hunter, the natural choice for me was just from a sort of lore point of view to go, oh, well, I'll go leatherworking skinning, because that seemed to pair quite well. So I just chose ones that I thought would be fun. You're going to make living steel, and you're making the panther mounts. Okay, so the Transmute Master Alchemist would be good for that. It's definitely working for me. How much else do we need here, Arcana-wise? We need some more lay shatters. Okay, let's just run that through. We'll just do enough till that disappears. We might need to get some more ley-like shard according to this. I'll just let that run through. We need 20 according to that. Yes, check out Jack's calculator, because that really helps with... okay, that's enough of those. So we should be able to craft what we need to craft and get those back on. So, crafting... So we've got a Binding of Haste, 2 Masteries and 1 Trained Soldier. Yeah, it's really handy for just calculating your prices and your profit margins. Once you get a feel for the prices, though, that's when you can really just quickly react to the market. Velerox, thank you ever so much for the follow. Going to dump now most of the Legion stuff and focus on old content until BFA comes. Fair enough, Jack. Fair enough indeed. It's a question of just going whichever market you fancy and what you think you're going to make the most money in. That's the main thing, really, isn't it? Right, so there we go. Get the enchants that we have sold on. That's those 4. And then I'm going to swap over now that we've done that. Let's head back to the inn so we can log out. And we're going to head on over to Urfan, my Demon Hunter, and check how our drums are doing. Right, so there we go. Log out and swap on over. You enjoy farming, so go back and farm Burning Crusade or more often. That's fair enough, Senza. Do exactly what you enjoy. And if you enjoy farming, there will be a way to make gold from it. And you clean your character banks and guild banks with it as well. That's good. Clean my bank. What's that, Jack? I've got no idea what that is. My bank's a mess. Turbocharged flying machines. Okay. Is that a engineering thing, Senza? Right. Remember that warrior you hadn't touched since before Kata? It was 89 last we spoke. Yep. It's now 101. Nice indeed. And Demon Hunter and 97 Death Knight on their way as well. All of them will be tailoring inscription. It's an engineering only mount. Okay. Nice. You always have to clean your bank. Drives you nuts. I just leave it a mess, Alexa. That works for me. Yep, that's the thing. People will still pay for it. Right, so we've got some expires. Oh, we've got lots of expires actually. All our crafted stuff's expired. So let's take all these up. I have to do some maintenance on Earthen. So Earthen makes a lot of the crafted gladiators leatherworking gear. I've had a few sales of them, not a lot though. The most I make with my leatherworking is through the Drums of Fury and the barding, the Stonehide barding. but then I haven't really fleshed out his complement of leatherworking as much, so there's more I could do with this character. But sadly he's been neglected quite a bit because I've had more fun with alchemy at the moment. If you sold everything in your bank and guild bank, you might get the 5 million by tomorrow. Exactly, Tantrum, but the trick is actually being able to sell that stuff. That's the trick. Right, more expires. I'm not expecting many sales here, so I'm just going to run through the expires. I'll post them on and then take the rest from there. But not a bad start to the evening. Not a bad at all. Hey Carlaxian, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I haven't missed too much. We've done Samadan's restocks and relisting. We've moved on to Earthen, so not too much. What have we got? Mats are usually very expensive. 2k plus for a single corium. Yeah, that's expensive. You sold 3 stun zone panthers. Excellent. What kind of profits were you getting on those, Immortal? Because I know people can sometimes get their profit margins squeezed on the panthers because material prices are quite high, I hear. I've got more expires. Let's do those. Make pretty good on the rep scripts for the beginning of BFA. I haven't heard about those. Although I do remember reading something actually. That's the new thing you can do with inscription. Oh, Shinjiki, thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. Right, we'll run a post scan of all of this. We're doing quite well here. 9,900 we have left. We did transfer some gold over. If I get over 50,000, then I might transfer some more over to Samadan. We don't need too much on Earthen, because we tend to just buy any leatherworking stuff that's cheap. Yeah, the mats cost like 28k and you sold for 35 to 37. That's still a pretty decent profit. I mean, I'd be happy with that. Right, this is all the stuff that Earthen's got. Most of this is miscellaneous things. That Quillin hide helm at 40,000 looks unreasonably expensive. I'm not sure that one is. Oh, you forgot to list Bear Tartar. Yes, got to get that on. Oh, am I lagging a bit? Is it in terms of stream delay? Aidan Smith, thank you ever so much for the follow. Always since the price jumps soon as you don't list anything. Gems are very hard to come by in your auction house. Right, okay. Mr. Sebical, thank you ever so much for the bits. That's extremely kind of you. Thank you for your support. And Pone Flakes, thank you also for the follow. Very kind of you. You sold 2 battered hilts. Oh, that's going to definitely boost your profits, Mr. Deadfellow. Definitely good. Just use auctioneer and bean counter. Okay. That's what fools we use for levelling in BFA, like Bear Tartar and the regen ones. Probably sell well. Yeah, pretty much. Let's hope so. Right, let's post all this lot on. Let's go through my list. $90k each, that's pretty decent indeed. I like the sound of that. I could probably do with getting a few things like that myself. Throwing yourself in the deep end with healing and just healed an LFR kill Jaden without many dying. That's no loot though. Well, fair enough. That's a good trial by fire, TJ. Congrats. If you like craft most of the times to sell, then recommend TSM sooner or later. Yes, I would definitely recommend TSM if you're going to be doing any crafting. It just helps with managing your inventory more than anything else. Right, okay, we're going to pop back outside. Get the expires. Still got a few more to pick up, so we'll let this run through. Best place to farm the hilts. Oh yeah, what is the best place to farm them? If Sharkin was here, he'd be able to help. And Pointy should know as well, if you're still in, Pointy. Optical, thank you ever so much for the follow. Pit of Sauron. Okay. HC, is that Hellfire Citadel, I'm guessing? And somewhere in Wrath. POS. Heroic. Oh, Pit of Sauron, there we go. I made the connection. Okay, on Heroic. Right, okay. Well, there's an option. Watching for a bit, don't see anyone chatting. There should be Truly Insane. There's quite a lot going on. If you're a hunter, you can try Halls of Reflection, resetting trash before the boss. Okay, but Pit of Sauron's more reliable. Right, okay. There we go. With TSM, you can calculate your profit by buying mats, and buying mats will make the crafted items price go up. Yes, this is true. Anyone help with the name of the add-on that sorts your bags like that? You have Bagnon. This one's a bit nicer. Yes, this one's called Addy Bags. Slash bags. There we go. Addy Bags. There we go. I should put a link to it actually. That'll be more useful. But if you do a search for Addy Bags, it will come up. But it really helps organise things. Yeah, I definitely would recommend TSM4 being more user-friendly. So we've got some sales of drums and some of barding. So happy with that. For Earthen's little gold contribution, shall we say. So what do we got? Okay, 10,000, and let's run a post scan. So the kind of things we're looking at here is the Bear Tartar. We're doing it minimum price because someone's still got them on for a low price here. Those I'm expecting to get sold, hopefully. And then we can come up to me, Earthen and Samadan here at 8 gold. Give it a shot and report your earnings back. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how you get on. And also defiled augment runes. I'm not sure, Costa, actually. That would be an interesting one. Alright, let's post on my auctions. 705,000 last month. That's good, Sensor. That's very good indeed. Right, that's everything confirmed. Yep, done. Right, okay, so let's hop back outside to the mailbox. Nothing else to collect there. So, actually, we probably need to go back to the auction house and just look at what we've got. There we go. Let's do a quick shopping check of leather items. See if there are any bargains for Earthen to make use of. Main things we're looking for here. Oh, magnificent hides are quite pricey. Exotic leather's also pricey. Now what was the thing that we were selling? It was in my group, wasn't it? Heavy hides looking quite cheap. I think we've got quite a lot of that. Oh no, 36. Not that much. We could possibly buy some of that up. I'm not sure what I'd use it for in this situation, but there's only a couple of them, so we'll take those. But main thing is to check my auctions so that we can do a recraft. Oh, I didn't do my daily cooldowns on Samadan. Must remember to go back and do those. Let's do the leatherworking now, whilst we're here on Earthen. Am I out of drums? Not quite, no. I've still got... I'm not crafting any more, so... How are we doing drums-wise? Scrum? No. Drums. Drums of Fury, yeah. We've got plenty. And some drums of the mountain, which haven't sold yet. So we're doing okay on that front. Let's go head over. Just pick up that last one. Do our daily cooldowns whilst I'm here. And then we'll switch over to Awakening. Who... what do we need? Burnished leather. Do one of those. I think I've got all the secrets now, but I'm not sure. And I want to do one of these for the extra recipe, which we've got wormhide leggings. Cool. And we'll pick up that heavy hide we bought. Okay. So we're done with you for now. So let's switch one over. Poor auction house suffering lately with your levelling so many alts. Last 7 days, profit's only 62k. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Think of it as future investment, Scorching. You know, your time spent levelling will be time reinvested back into gold once you've got those professions up. That's how I look at it. That's what I'm doing with El Morte, my Death Knight. So, right. Now, there's several things that we're doing with Awakening. Where were we last? Oh, my son was showing me where he got his motes of harmony from. That's why I was here. So, where are we? Let's head down to the Valley of Four Winds for now. We'll do some HalfHill farm stuff whilst we're here, and then we'll pop back and check the mail. The main thing, there's loads of herbs down here. Might as well pick these up. Eternal Blossom. Absolutely loads of it around. Might as well whilst I'm here, because this is going to... Oh, we don't skill up on these, interestingly. Wonder why that is. Delicate blossom petals. Okay, interesting. It's all Eternal Blossom. Okay, we'll skip that then. I was actually looking for skilling ups, but it doesn't look like we get the skill ups, weirdly. It's a quest item. Ah, okay. They're not really used for anything. Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Nice little reprieve from the auction house. Yeah, Scorching, that's the thing. It's always good to mix things up. So, off to HalfHill Farm. Well, this music's particularly Pandarian epic. I don't remember hearing this one before. Right, we do want to get some green... Where is it? There it is. Because this will skill me up. Some green tea leaf. There we go. 492 we're at the moment. So that's in a pretty decent one. Pick all the weeds I let build up. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, old man farmer, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? Hope all has been well. Now, this is looking a bit better. This is looking like it's progressing. So, let's pick up what we did. Oh no, we'll just need to pick everything up. Harvest all of this lot first. Had a headache all weekend. Ouch. Sorry to hear that. That's going to put a right downer on the weekend. You hated Mr. Pandora so much. Pandas and rabbits was a bit Disney for you. Was it really? I guess... oh no, this one. I guess for me, because I went through it quite quickly, I wasn't forced to do the expansion. So I'm getting it in small doses. Hey Harriet, how are you? Oh, I've already said hello to you, sorry. I am doing HalfHill Farm. I never did it in Mr. Pandaria. The reason I'm doing it is so that I can get Motes of Harmony and Golden Lotus out of the farm. So I'm currently levelling it up, the Tiller's Reputation. This is on Awakening, my druid, who's the alchemist and herbalist. So we're going to just do all our daily quests. Just clicking on everything. And then doing all of these. And then, do we need to plant anything? There's another one over here. Not sure if I need this one though. That's the chef one. That's low level. I'm going to avoid that one. Okay. I think that's all the quests picked up. So we need to plant green cabbage seeds. Okay. Which are the green? That's scallion, that's white turnip. Let's get some green cabbage. Have I got some green cabbage already? Since I've already got one in my bags. Okay. That should be easy enough to do then. Let's have a look. There's the tilled soil that we want. Okay, so open up our bags. Let's have a search for green cabbage. There it is. Do that one. Just need to do that. I'll jump. There we go. That should do it. Then we can hand that in. Cabbage test. We might as well plant a load of stuff, but I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to go off and do the daily quests first. So let's start with number 2. Do the black-nosed marmots. Oh, I remember this one. I'm starting to get the hang of these quests a little bit more. So the main thing here is... Oh, there's a herb to pick up. Let's make sure I'm landed. There we go. Don't need my character window up. Okay. Let's do the stomping. Now I could AoE these, couldn't I? That was something I could do. Someone said last time I did these, because I was clicking on them. Avoid the insect swarms. For now that I'm concentrating on them, I'm just gonna click on them because I can see what's going that way. Probably be in flight form for this though. Let's get me a bit quicker. Whoops, nearly went into the insects there. No, that one's gone. There's a lot of insects here. Let's move around this side. We can do these ones. Do that one, and that one, and that one. Halfway through. One more. I'll do this one over here. And this one. Ooh, missed you nearly. Hey, Evil Drearian, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Have you started a druid? Any tips? I don't know. I did start off as a resto, but I think Boomkin is a lot more fun. Oops, got into the... There we go, we did everything. Is that everything done? Yes, it is. And Mr. Herb there. 1 hour of herb farming is 3 million gold in BFA beta. The market's crazy. Easily brought the auction amount. Yes, Ben, I think that's the thing. I'm not too worried about my my target if I don't make it. I'd really like to make it, but I'm fairly confident that I'm going to make enough gold once BFA hits that I'm going to be okay. So what do we need to hand in here? Oh, the carrot. Yes, that's right. Complete that. Now we can do that, and we can hand in here. Now what do we need? The actual grouper, do we? Okay. Take that one. That's the tooth. And then we need to just head on up and do the next bit. You've leveled druids both feral and currently doing on resto. Yeah, I mean I started on resto because that's like kind of the way I would like to do it. What do I need to do here? Stolen circlet, ransacked ring. I've not done this one before. Springtail, head Springtail Crag. Cliffs to the north, you should keep an eye out for them. Love to get my jewellery back. Okay, so I'm going to imagine this would be on a nest or something. Or we'd have to just kill these until we get one. There's one. Oh, there's a... Aha! I see you. Oops, wrong one. That should be easy enough then. If we go in here, let's have a look. You're loving your resto. That's good to know. I did enjoy starting off as resto because obviously I'm a healer at heart. Anyone else in here? No. Looks rather empty. I'd expect more. Current druid is your third. Okay, Feral's. Feral did a bunch of battleground source leveling. Resto is mainly queuing dungeons. Yeah, I guess because you're Resto, you can easily do that. Right, let's look for another burrow. There's one over here. Right, now I've got the hang of this. Is the one here? Oh, there's not many in here. There we go. BFA servers only up for 3 months. Every player is given 10k gold. So the auction house is very expensive. Yeah, I'm not expecting that to be kind of like a an indicator of the prices in the future. Right, that's all of those. That was quick. What's next? Oh, hand them all in. Wow, that was very quick. Okay, let's head back. 64 more days. Wow, is that all it is, Jack? Without my chart, I would have been panicking. Well, actually, to be honest, I am panicking a little bit still with my chart. But I know that I'm making gold, and that's the main thing. Alright, let's head back, hand these in. Did I buy my BFA with gold? No, I didn't actually. I want the collector's edition, so what I've done is I've pre-ordered that instead of buying it with gold. What I have used my gold for, though, is to do a faction change for Awakening over to Alliance side, so I could pool my resources. And I've also paid for, I think I've still got 4 months game time left, so I'm paid up till September, and that's all paid for with gold. I haven't paid my subscription since I started this journey back in September last year. So I've gone for a whole year of game time just with gold. If you want to do some mediation, it will relax you and you'll be ready for BFA. Mediation or meditation? Breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, that's fair enough, Jack. Pre-patches in a month. Yeah, it's not long away, I'm pretty sure that. You did a server faction twice with gold in your main. Drained most of what you had stockpiled. Yeah, it's very expensive to server and faction change. Meditation. Right, there we go. At launch, just sell BFA mats, you'll make more than 5 million. I'm pretty confident in that, Molten Bolts. It'll be nice to have the 5 million before then, but it works. Yes, definitely, Jack. Buy the token and instead of using game time, add it to battle balance. Yes, yeah, that's what I do, rather than actually just buying the game time direct. Oh, that was it from there. Okay, how'd you buy that with gold? Yes, you basically, what I do with my gold is rather than buy trade a token, you use the gold to buy a token, but rather than using the token to buy 1 month of game time, I transfer it straight to Battle.net balance, because that way you can save up for like 3 months or 6 months at a time, and it works out cheaper that way. There we go. Always meditate after your training to get relaxed into your head. Yeah, that's pretty. It's a pretty good way to go, Jack. I'd certainly subscribe to that. Okay, the stolen things are back.
May your days bring you joy.
Tiller's rep's coming up really nicely here. Hasn't taken long at all, really. Is everyone done and handed in? Looks like it. Okay, so we're done here for today. Only thing to do is maybe let's plant some things. I've got some spare seeds over, so I'm going to use those up. And might as well get all these going. Because this gives me more reputation. So I'll use up the seeds I've bought. I'll just plant these scallion seeds. I could do with, once I got more rep, the seed packets will be handy. And I'll do that and do another one. And then I can do more stuff once I've gotten everything sorted. Right, what have we got? Everything's tangled or needs jumping on or something. So we'll do these. What's this one? You've got to pull it out, haven't you? I can do this in flight form. So I'll do that. There we go, that's quicker. And then infested, we need our bug sprayer. That one we need to jump on, I think. And this one, oh, we just pull up loads. I'm starting to get a hang of all the shape of everything. There we go. Nice looking farm. You fly straight up and then hit X and straight down. Oh, okay. I have to try that. Right, we're done with this bit. So let's go in a little roundabout route. Let's do Garrison next, because that's going to do our herbalism leveling. Why am I doing the farm stuff? The farm stuff Dexterous is going to give me access to Motes of Harmony and Golden Lotus, which I'm going to use in my Trillium and my Living Steel and my potions. So for me, that's going to be very useful as an alchemist. And whilst I'm here, I'm going over and doing my Garrison herbalism to quickly level up my herbalism. Should you get Garrison ready? It depends on what you want to use it for. If you're a tailor and you want to get hexweave bags going, it's definitely worth doing. It takes quite a while though. For me, for this character, as it was a boosted character, it came with a level 3 Garrison. So it was easy for me to just turn this into a herbalism port, because I've got, where am I now, 500 herbalism. So this for me is a quick and easy way to level my herbalism. There's not much else I do it with this character. The main thing would be the hexweave bags and tailoring. There are other things you can do, but that's what I use mine for. Hexweave bags are 1295. Oh, that's cheap. I wonder if that's to do with the new bags coming out in BFA and people are trying to dump all their stock early, perhaps.
Have a good one.
Level 110 boost, no longer get the free Garrison. You have to do the quest line. Oh, that's a shame, Deboots. How long ago had that changed? Oh, you completely ignored that market. Well, fair enough. 2107 for you. Oh, you're making the Alec plushies, are you? That's fair enough. They are quite cool. Don't really need to do anything here. So next in our list of things is to head back to Stormwind. There we go. And gear, yeah, that's true. You can still get the garrison boost if you create a level 100 trial and then boost that. There was a technique to it, wasn't there? I couldn't remember if you had to do that. It needs to be a class trial. Okay, there we go. That's that answered. Thank you all. Hexy Bag's going to skyrocket at launch. Everyone needs for the new tune races and won't want to spend outrageous price for the new bag. Yeah, I think so. There will be a market for the cheaper bags because I'm still selling the Silkweed satchels, which are slightly smaller than the Hexweave bags, and they sell pretty easily for me, as well as the Hexweave when I can make it as well. I've got a lot of stuff here. I need to sift through this because I'm actually full. Oh, actually there was some junk up there. I didn't spot it. Hold on, let's just do that. That one's a quest item. I'll ignore that for now. Let's go head to my bank, just see if we can dump some of this off or clear it up. How's our reagent bank looking? See, this has got lots of space. And the reagent bank's got a little bit of space, so let's deposit all reagents. That clears up some of that space.
See you around.
Right, let's check the mail. I'm not expecting sales. We did have some sales of living steel and I haven't been able to restock. So how are we doing? Yeah, these have expired. So let's open those up. Right, and then on into... let's shopping. No, let's post first. So True Gold, Potion of Luck, Potion of Treasure Finding. Let's post these ones on. Run a post scan. There you go. You're currently doing Draenor questing on your 110 boost, so you can get your garrison. Should you have alchemy on your dual crafting main? Don't know. Would you find it fun? Would be my first question. Well, I have got some living steel. That's good. Let's get the satchels on. They're pretty cheap actually. It's barely a profit on those. Treasure finding is fine. Let's undercut the competition on those. And the living steel got 1 of 4. Okay. And River's Heart 1 of 4. So shopping wise, see, look, we're up at 80,000 already. So I'm going to send 30,000 gold. Actually, no, not 30. Let's go shopping first. So the things we need to look out for is transmute stuff. So we're looking at ghost iron, pyrium bars, trillium bars. Oh, we've still got the leather on. Hold on. Let's turn that off. Is that everything? Here we go. There we go. Welcome back, Stalkers. So I would say, Immortal, if you enjoy alchemy or you like the idea of it, go for it. If it doesn't sound like fun to you, then don't bother. It's one of those things. People will kind of always wonder, oh, what's the best profession for this? And that. It's going to change. It will always change. So first and foremost, I would always recommend do something that you enjoy. This is a game after all. Thinking for transmute living steel? Well, definitely from that point of view, definitely Immortal Phoenix. Oh, you've got some seeds, have you? Where are we at? We're at 500 at the moment, so yeah, I'm certainly up for leveling a bit more. Let me just finish off my shopping first. So we were looking at the transmute stuff. Didn't see anything that was particularly cheap there. That pyrium doesn't look cheap, although it is 66%. My groups, are they only for TSM4? I do believe they only work in TSM4 Immortal. You're welcome to take a look at them. I don't know how they import into TSM3. It's paste bin. Paste bin? That's my latest groups as of May. You make a group, maybe others want to farm. 3 Legion herbs. Okay, that's kind of you, Jack. You will do that. Pyrium bar. I bought 2 for 345. What's the region market value? 253. Crafting cost is, well, it says 13 gold, but that's from the daily cooldown. Not sure whether I'm going to need those Pyrium bars, so I'm going to leave those. Let's check out Spirits of Harmony and Ore. Ghost Iron Ore at 3 gold 50. Is it me or is that cheap? 171 Ghost Iron Ore. Just bought that. That's cheap. Yeah, exactly. Snipe that. Yep. Done. Yeah, I think there's quite a lot, Costa. I'll sort one out in a minute. So 53 is too much for a moat, and 399 is too much for me for that. So I'm going to leave that. Let's have a look at the Panther stuff. Anything that's particularly cheap? Oh, it only works in TSM form, does it? Okay, that's a shame. It must be to do with their formatting of it, perhaps. I don't think I actually need any of these at the moment, so I'm going to leave those. And volatiles and the treasure finding ones are the next things to look for. Now, was it this morning or the day before that I found some really good snipes on volatiles? Not for today, unfortunately. And then treasure finding ingredients, let's just check on those. Right, okay. Nothing of note. Anything we can make with our alchemy at the moment that could be useful. Secrets of Draenor, we need to make one of those. We could do a transmute living steel, but it's too expensive really, because the Trillium bar at 3,000 wouldn't actually give us any profit. So I'm not going to do that. I could do a Pyrium bar, make use of my cooldown today, because that would at least give me a couple of hundred profit. I'm going to do that instead. There we go. Right, okay, let's go have a look. So if anyone who is Alliance EU would like to join myself and Jack for some herb farming, let's get myself to Dalaran first. Yeah, when golden lotuses are like 200%, yeah. It'd be nice to be able to get them yourself. That's why I'm doing my HalfHill farm. EU Immortal, EU and Alliance. So I'm going to make up a group and I'll open it up for everyone. Obviously we need Jack in there as well, as it's Jack that's kindly offering his seeds. So this is for those with herbalism. Group finder, pre-made groups, custom, start a group. I'm going to call it Samadan Plays WoW. List group. There we go. So that's open. There we go. So Segar, that's you, isn't it, Jack? 960. Unfortunately, NA. Yep. Okay. That's in, and it's in, and that's in. I'll auto accept the last few places. So first come, first served. What we're doing is Jack's got some seeds, so he's very kindly going to plant the seeds and to level. For my purposes, I'm going to be leveling up herbalism. For others, it's collecting seeds and basically 150 Starlight Rose seeds. Right, so we're going over. So basically what we're doing here is, for me, it's leveling up, and for others it's collecting some herbs, so we can basically everyone can do their herbalism and collect up the seeds. Wow, that's loads. Excellent. Thank you everyone for bringing your seeds. Now I haven't leveled up my this is what's commonly called a seed raid when it's done with lots of people. I've not partaken of it myself. Oh, whilst we're here, what do I need to do here? Fragile Crucible. Once you create a new one, we need to find new things. It's a place in Samadan which Legion is occupied. Surely must be a device we can take that will be suitable to our needs. Okay. Whilst I'm here, I'm just going to pick this up. 10 people max. So am I worth making this into a raid? Yeah, okay. What do I do? Convert to raid. There we go. And then how do I make it into... Where is the group? I've lost the group of people. Move frame. Reset position. I don't appear to have a raid. Have I done something wrong? Where's my raid frame? Yes, we're going to Surama. This is my Healbot one. Yeah. Oh, it must have automatically taken over that one. Okay, that makes sense. It was so transparent and didn't spot it. So we could... custom... We could add another 5 people in if they were so inclined. I'll just leave that there for now. I'll pop that up later. When you're enjoying Resto and healers are getting Q bonus, yeah, definitely worth doing that. Right, oh, we've got... where are you at? There you are, you're already there. Okay, let's go follow over. And then we can all join in. Yeah, I do enjoy playing a healer. As Samadan, I really enjoyed it, doing dungeons as a healer. Alright, let's go join over. And then once everyone's together, we can all do... Okay, Harriet, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon. Right, where is we're all over here. There we go. Speaking raid, okay. Oh, you think you spotted a bot farmer? Interesting. Right, where are we? Nearly here. Ooh, and oh, we've sold the wild jade. Fantastic. Where are we? There we go. So let's just check the group finder. We've got the 5 in, so we could have another 5 EU alliance if people wanted to join in. But we'll get started without, if not. Only 4 more, is it? Have I got 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Ah, okay. Greetings, Ignis. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? Which one's the Halloween toy? You're fine? Okay. Hey, right one too, how are you? We are doing a bit of a kind of impromptu seed raid at the moment. Oh wow, it's Vamps. Thank you ever so much for the sub. Using your Prime, thank you ever so much. It's very kind of you for your support. Let's pop that in the... Where has it gone? There it is. Thank you ever so much for your support. That's really kind of you. How are you, right one too? Thank you very much. It's Vamps. Right, we got everyone in. Who's going? Currently, what we're doing for those that have just joined in, that's the wrong one. No one else in, so we might as well carry on as we are. Doing very well, thank you. Right one too. So, what we're currently doing is Jack has very kindly got some spare seeds, and so it's going to help with my leveling of herbalism. Can we also loot blood of Sargeras? That would be handy if we can. So what we're doing is, this is kind of like a seed raid, but probably not as efficient as it could be. Is everyone in, or are we waiting on anyone? I think we've got everyone. Just waiting for me. Okay, well, we might as well get started then, Jack. I think that's about it. Should be able to loot extra pops for the level 3 Aetheril too. Okay. Right. I'm ready when you are. Oh, am I not in the right place? Hold on. Was I in the wrong place? Hold on. I do apologise. I was just there. Sat there. There we go. Do apologise. There I was, busy gassing. I didn't realise that I hadn't gone over to the correct place. There we go. Right, so we're literally just running around, levelling up herbalism. Oh, we've got some blood of Sargeras. Withered Hungerer. Oops, got the wrong thing. Where's that gone? There it is. Loot that one. And then I catch up on all of this. So this is a really, really fast way to level up your herbalism and get a load of herbs that you can then sell. There we go. Do we need to stand over on these? Okay, done that, done that. I'm a bit behind on this, so let's just go through everything.
Is there trouble?
Let's concentrate on looting everything. Otherwise I'm going to miss out on everything. And the foxflower. Working around the clock. There we go. That certainly works. There we go. We're already at 529 already. It's amazing. Everyone's just running around, looting away. absolutely loads you can get through this. I didn't keep a track of how much I had beforehand. Let's move my frame over a little bit. That's getting in the way of my viewport. There we go. So go through here, do all this. Yeah, sorry, Fen, it's... I'll have to at some point get myself sorted with an NA server as well, so we can spread the love between regions. Because this kind of thing is very useful if we could just benefit everyone. Hey Biscuit, how are you? If you are EU and Alliance, there are some spots open in the raid. Not sure how much we've got. Hello, how are you? I'm not sure how much we've got space, how many seeds we've got left, because we've already seemed to have gone through quite a lot of them. The group's name is Samadan Plays WoW. If you do a search for that, a different biscuit, I think it was. Yes, it's kind of like a... Oh, Roho, thank you ever so much for the sub. Extremely kind of you. Thank you for your support. Let me just check the group finder. And so if your name appears in here, then I'll be able to add you in. Ah, you're Horde. Okay, no problem. Yes, we are Alliance. Thank you for my beginner video on TSM4 groups and operations. I'm terrified of jumping into them while still mostly clueless. Video allowed you to start from muddling through. Oh, I'm really pleased, Fan. I'm glad it was of some use to you, definitely. Yeah, I try to basically put a YouTube video on whenever I learn something that I think that someone else might find useful. I'll make a little YouTube video as I learn it. That way I can pass on my knowledge fresh. And hopefully it's of use to people like yourself. So I'm glad that's worked out. Right. Absolutely loads of herbs coming through here. Oh, thank you for the follow, Tea Biscuit. If you don't mind me abbreviating it to Tea Biscuit, I think it'll be more family friendly if I keep it like that. Yeah, if I do, if you look on my YouTube channel, it's the same as same name, Samadan Plays WoW, and then I have a playlist of guides that are all to do with what I learn on TSM 4 and 3 for that matter. Actually, a lot of my guides do cover over what I learned in 3 before I got 4, and it's all in a playlist. There's one for general gold making, and there's one for TSM specific gold making. And then I put every single one of my streams up on there as well, which is also useful for those that don't manage to catch the stream. And before they expire on Twitch, then I put them there. Oh look, there's the flowers. You can go over those. I love that. I love the fact that Foxflower has that. You can see how effective a seed raid would be if everyone's got seeds. It would be absolutely phenomenal, the rate at which you get everything planted. So much, and I'm leveling up my, what are we up to now? 598 already. I think you get them as you get your herbalism at a higher level, I believe, and you get them naturally. It's not these ones, the cerulean seeds. You get other ones. You have to be rank 3. Okay. There we go. Then you rank up on Felwart. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Senza.
We've got this.
There we go. Working for a living. Let's loot that. Get some more. But this is amazing. I mean, that's 603 already. What have I gained? That's about 100 already, nearly, in that time. And we haven't been here that long. And the good thing is that more people can benefit this doing it in a raid. You got 100. That's amazing. You can get some with the farm, but not like this. Yeah. I think that's the thing, is once everyone's got some and you pool your resources together, then everyone benefits from everyone else's seeds. There's a there is a seed raid Discord, I believe. Is it a Discord or is it based off of the WoW economy? I can't remember. But there is somewhere where everyone who wants to do seed raids can get together. I don't know where it is off the top of my head though. I'd have to look it up. Taking what they're given because I'm working for a living. I don't know the lyrics myself, Scorching, but they sound good. It's a Discord, is it, Sportcast? Okay, thank you. If anyone knows the link to it, feel free to post it away. Yep, go ahead, Sportcast. Because anyone who's interested in this kind of thing, that's where people go to organise these things. This one's more of a one-off stream special with the thanks to Jack and his seeds and everyone else who's pitched in. Sadly, I'm a leeching streamer, so I'm more of a... I'd like to contribute though once I get some seeds and once I've ranked up, would be nicer. What have we got here? Withered corpse. There we go. And more foxflower. There we go. Sure to read the Discord's rules before joining a seed raid. Yes, that would be the thing, because people expect you to have seeds and have the appropriate ranks. Oh look, there's the... Let's go run over the flowers. I love that. Set amount required here is set amount of ranks needed. Yeah. Whereas this is a bit more informal. Okay. Go on to the foxflower. Wonder how this stand up to the once BFA launches. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like with BFA. Oh, there's some more. Must remember to run after the fox for the foxflower. I can do it whilst flying actually. That's easier. Where's the fox gone? Oh, I'm way behind. I'm way behind. Let's go loot these up. Okay. You've been awake since 2 AM. Wow, that's pretty late. Benefits of rank 3 are more mats. Yeah, basically. Look at all these foxes everywhere. Absolutely loads. I'm losing track of how much I've gotten seed-wise. I know it's a lot. Hopefully I've got enough in my bags to collect all this lot up. Thankfully they stack. There we go, some more. Just have to listen out for the fox howl and then find where it is. There we go, looting all of these. Oh yes, there's E3 on, isn't it, Gregor? I don't know what's been announced. I'm so out of touch. I went to an E3 once, many years ago, before one of the games I was working on got released. That was quite good fun. A little trip out, company trip out to LA. But that was a long time ago. It's not quite the same nowadays. It was good, it was busy, and it was noisy. Okay, what's up? Just finished raising? Okay, forever. Welcome back. We're currently doing a mini seed raid here, courtesy of Jack's seeds and everyone else's, which for me has been really amazing for levelling up my herbalism. Oh, thank you, Destros, for the follow. Very kind of you. Here cons can be pretty rough as a developer these days because of how busy it is. Yeah. It's pretty mental. It's a full-on trade show. So as a developer, you're just trying to sell your wares and trying to demo your product to as many people as possible. So it's all kind of work. Off I go then. Never asked what do I do in jobs. Computer graphics. Yes, it is pretty much. It varies quite a lot throughout my career, Sporcast. I have worked in games before. I don't currently work in games, but I've done commercials, I've done film, I've done games, kind of all sorts really, but all to do with 3D and computer graphics, which I absolutely love. Really good fun. I can't believe how much herbs we've got through all of this, and how much I've skilled up as well. This is absolutely loads. Pretty much all the main 3D programs, Maya being the main one, as well as Photoshop, 3ds Max, and all the Adobe suite pretty much. ZBrush for sculpting, Mudbox, Mari, a bit of real flow fluid simulation, all sorts really. Hey Tomelo, how are you? How are you getting all this to spawn? It's thanks to seeds which we get from Fellwort rank 3, I believe. And we're in a mini raid here at the moment, and Jack and other people are running around planting the seeds and causing all these to spawn, and then everyone is eligible to collect up the herbs, and so everyone gets a chance, and it's a really fast way of collecting everything, as you can see here, and skilling up in my case. Tried your hand at a few 3D programs. You can never wrap your head around the thing where you do the PNG that wraps around your object, give it the colours you want. Heard ZBrush doesn't have that. Yes, I mean texturing in 3D is an art form in itself, definitely. Because there's the two parts to it really. There's the making of the 3D geometry, and then there's the texturing side of things, which is painting the colours onto... It's not directly onto the geometry, it's more like projecting a bitmap onto the surface, is how it kind of works. And then you've got all sorts like ZBrush can do, actually painting directly into the voxels, which then can translate to bitmaps. So there's quite a lot of different techniques to it, but in the end, they're all tools to make your stuff look cool and pretty, and make cool 3D characters like you're seeing at the moment. That's how they did it all in World of Warcraft. Yes, it's definitely more intuitive, but ZBrush is dependent on how detailed your object is. If it's not detailed, then it won't translate. So if you're going to be painting something more intuitively, a program like Mari is really good for that, because that's like using Photoshop in 3D. So if you're familiar with Photoshop, then painting directly in layers on 3D is how that works. If you don't do high poly, you end up with low res textures. Yes, exactly. So in ZBrush, your mesh has to be pretty like in the millions of poly. Well, it's voxels with ZBrush for most of it, but so it has to be in the millions rather than in the hundreds of thousands. So, you know, you do have to have a very dense mesh for the textures to be detailed. Evening, Tony. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. We are currently doing a mini seed raid at the moment. For those that are new, having a whale of a time. I don't think I've skilled up this quickly in any profession for a long time. Currently at 726 already. Just through going through this. What was I at? 500 and something when we started this? Good evening, Fuggerduck and Commander Bond. How are you both? Oh, you changed your name from Apple? There you go. There's a connection. How are you? I do struggle with connecting names sometimes. But good to see you. Yeah, it's a pretty epic seed raid, this one. We seem to have gone on for ages. Got more withered chasing me. I'm just going to keep looting up. Oh yeah, doing well. Just figured out you work random restocking for a bit before the other E3 announcements. Yeah, I've not been following them, so I'll probably check in the morning to see what's been announced. I mean, for me, there's only World of Warcraft, so I tend to not be because I know that I don't have the time to play any other games. It's all World of Warcraft now. I can't imagine playing any other game at the moment with the amount of time I'm investing in World of Warcraft. I just don't have the spare time for any other games. True story, yeah, definitely. Your site for Besaiders in about 4 hours. You're a Fallout 4 fan? Okay. Yeah, so there is going to be a new Fallout, isn't there? I've not played any of them myself, but it'll be interesting to see what they have. Anything could draw your attention briefly from WoW. Yeah, it's always briefly, definitely. 751. Wow, amazing. You have so many seeds. Fallout 1, 2 and New Vegas are your favourites. Yeah, I've not tried any of them. I understand the general premise of them. I mean, I enjoyed Skyrim. Obviously it's not Fallout, but it's by the same studio. Almost feels like cheating. It's incredibly fast. Right, 1, 2. It's I know this is how they designed it, but it's amazing quite how... Oh, there we got insane runnings. I'll just accept that quest, whatever it was. Bring the scribbled ramblings to someone in Dalaran. So that's going to help me level up something. I'm not sure what it is, but it'll be good. Good evening, Mama Kinder. How are you? Is this a bug or some farm? Or how can you farm so much herb that fast? This is what's generally known as a seed raid, Joker. We're basically, those with seeds are busy running around planting their seeds, and all of those who are in the raid, including those that planted the seeds, can go along and collect up the seeds. Everyone gets a chance at a node, so there's no there's no limitation on that point. And it's a way of essentially hyper-spawning herbs, which means that everyone can run around, and the more people that are planting seeds, the quicker you go through. And with a full seed raid, I can see how this would be more effective. I'm not contributing much to the seed raid myself because I don't have the seeds. My rank's not high enough yet. But if everyone has the correct rank and everyone has seeds, you could get this going even faster than that. At the riverbank are dirt piles, and you plant a seed and you get flowers and a developed seed rays. It's been out of all this expansion. Yeah, pretty much what Right 1 2 said. We're up to 772. This is going to be a level up to max. Oh, another Blood of Sargeras. I didn't get many bloods actually for a while. We've got one now. I mean, this just goes to show the power of a coordinated effort. In the same way as people do hyperspawn, volatile farms and the such like, you can see how this is the same. In that, when everyone's sort of maximising the type of spawns in the game that allow for this kind of thing, it makes a lot more sense. Could you help me make a group for alchemy and jewel crafting in TSM 3? I would recommend for alchemy, you go to. That was it. That was amazing. Thank you, Jack. I can't spell, but there we go. There we go, everyone. That was the raid. Yes, we need Jack's alchemy guide would give you a good list of things to do for setting up your alchemy. I can run you through how I got my alchemy set up. But let's just finish off this raid. Okay, so I'm going to port back to... What did we get there? Let's have a look. 270... No, we've got 500... No, 209 Aethril. And... What did we get? Starlight Rose. 172 in the bags. So that is absolutely loads. So that 172 translates to 4,988. And the Aethril translates to 1,600. Plus we leveled up pretty much. Loot Appraiser claims you looted for 11,000 gold. Whoa, that's absolutely loads. Well, thank you ever so much, Jack, and the use of your seeds on that one. I'm going to head off to Dalaran and hand in that quest I had. But thank you all. That was amazing. Whilst you're there, Jack, could you post your alchemy list blog for Immortal to have a look at for setting up groups for alchemy? Because that was what I used to set mine up. Not in that, when you have rank 3 Aethril, you also have a chance to spawn another herb after completing gathering without expending one of your seeds. Okay, and without spending one of your seeds, all the herbs that spawns has a chance of giving seeds as well. There we are. What's that? Oh, mailbox. I don't have a mailbox. So basically what I'll do is I'll just run through briefly what my group is like for alchemy. It's still very much a fledgling group. Look on the Elixir Master list. Ooh, looking forward to that. I'm going to have to make myself another alchemist though for that. So... back to reposting like 2,000 auctions here. So let's have a look at my alchemy. So my alchemy is split into shopping and crafting. I haven't actually set up the crafting groups yet for it. I've kept those all as part of... where have they been? Part of my favourites list in the standard user interface. But my shopping list is grouped into Alexandrite, Golden Lotus, Lapis Lazuli, Pandarian Garnet and Sunstone. And then I'm also checking on Spirit of Harmony, Motes and Ghost Iron Ore. And the things for transmutes, Elementium bar, Ghost Iron bar, Pyrian bar, Trillium bar. Treasure finding ingredients, the Cinderbloom, Heart Blossom, Stormvine and Whiptail. I normally would go and collect these up myself. And then the volatiles are always useful, so I've got the list of all the volatiles and chaos orbs to look out for. And then in my actual alchemy group, it's split into living steel, the panthers, the items required for panthers: primordial ruby, river's heart, sun's radiance and wild jade. Potion of luck is kind of like a random one there. Because it's grey now, it doesn't actually give you luck, but occasionally apparently potion masters will need 2. I haven't actually sold any of these yet, so I don't know how good those are. And then the potion of treasure finding and true gold. Now each of these has a simple operation on them, which is basically sell living steel in 10s and 4s. The panther stuff, sell in 5s. The potion of luck, let's just sell 2 of those. And the potion of treasure finding is the crafting standard that I have, but I'm keeping 4 of those. And that's the crafting standard 110. The crafting standard is my basic operation that has in it 48 hours, so I'm keeping 4, that's the only difference here. And then the main 3 minimum, maximum and normal prices are 110% crafting. The maximum is 500% DB region market average, and then the normal price is the maximum between either 200% crafting or 150% DB region market average. So that's the kind of rough operation I give those for posting. I haven't made any crafting operations yet, because what I do there is I've got all my current things in the standard user interface set as favorites. You can right click on anything in your list and go set as favorite, and it'll always be at the top. And so for me, that's an easy way of just looking, okay, well, what can I make? Because I'm limited on materials, and I'm just making what I can at the moment. Once I've got a better handle on all my materials, then I'll change this to an actual crafting set of operations like I do with my other professions. But that's the basic rundown of my alchemy and how I've currently got it set up. Hopefully that's helpful, and anything that you see here will translate over to TSM3. It's just laid out slightly differently. Better to make a character with mining or herbing and mining. Yeah. Yeah. Have a character that can do everything. I mean, I'm not a great fan of dropping professions in order for another one. I would rather make another character and then build up every single profession. But obviously, that your mileage may vary depending on what you want to do with your characters. You got 14 Bloods of Sargeras. Nice. I didn't check how many I got. There we go. What's this? Bring 20 piles of Starlight Rose Dust to Azuna. Use them to taunt herbalist Tharillion out of hiding, then search him for information about herbalism. Okay. 20 piles of Starlight Rose Dust. Hey Playboy Crow, how are you? Finally get to watch me live, and not over on YouTube. Well, thank you ever so much for following me on YouTube. What is the quest? Let's have a look at it. Tharillion's Fall. So we need Starlight Rose Dust. Have I got Starlight Rose Dust? I have 98, an unusable pile of dust. So I need 20. And we've got Starlight Rose here. Okay. What's selling? Everything. Crafts, enchants, alchemy. You get on a tune, post, and all that jazz. I want to log another, and I can't because so much cells. You have to recraft and post again. That's fantastic. Oh, that's for Starlight rank 3, is it? Okay. Ah, thank you. It's very kind of you. I guess, do we need a full group for this one? Where do we need to go? Theryllian's notebook. Is it just here? Nope. Okay. Let's head on over. Should be easy enough. The spot is hard to find. Okay. I'll go head on over. We're just doing some alchemy stuff at the moment, Tony. So apparently this is the quest for Starlight Rose, I believe. Theryllian's Fall is the one we want. There we go. Just the Panthers, as you have to get the dang vial recipe. Yeah, that's always a tricky one. Ooh, let me hop on. That'll be easier. There we go. Lovely, thank you, Jack. Here you're on the vial pattern. Yeah, it's those that, if anyone follows Shin's Tales of Gold, you can see how long it can take sometimes for people to get it. Enchanting, so busy. Well, that's good. That's good, Costa. He was digging for a week straight and nothing, so I want a break from that. That's fair enough, to break it up and enjoy something different. Oh, it's gone really dark outside, so I'm just going to close the curtains. Hold on. Right. Oops. Hold on. There we go. Best way is solving Mantid and turning in for what you need. Ah, okay. Re-add back in the game, potion of luck. Last was told by GM that devs. Ah, Playboy Crow, thank you ever so much for the sub. That's extremely kind of you. Thank you ever so much for your support. There we are. Thank you indeed. I'll get some chef's hat in the chat. Thank you. So where are we looking for? Apparently he's over here. Copy the tune over to beta with just 3 million, so you could get the amount and parade in beta Tailoring. It's only beta, but still. That's fair enough. It's very kind of you. Thank you, Playboy. I'm not quite sure what we're needing to do here, Jack. I can see you're running around. Are you herbing whilst we're going, or do we need to collect something else up? Should be a hole in the ground. Oh, right. Okay, that is a difficult one to find then. Not 3 million, 6 million. Okay, that makes more sense. Ah, you got the pets the vendor was selling. Okay, no worries, Jack. Thank you ever so much for your help on this one. It does look to be a difficult one. Yeah, I have got beta. I'm very tempted to go over and have a look at it, but I really want to save a lot of the surprise for when it comes out for me. So it'd be quite nice to have a bit of surprise. Right, so we're looking for a hole, apparently.
Grovel on your knees. Beg for your lives.
I mean, the quest has it over here, Tharilion's Fall. I doubled in beach at the beginning, but have stayed away. It's going to be overwhelming no matter what you do anyway. With the ults, do things multiple times. Don't want to do it again as you rush to. That's fair enough. Right, so we're close. Yeah, I can see the area here. Aha, there's a hole. Wow, you never would have seen that. So, somewhere down here is the notebook and a small treasure chest. Place 20 piles of starlight rose dust on the pile. There he is. Half moon, lunar strike, and solar wrath, and he's dead. And we got the notebook. Pile of herbs, can we pick those up? No. Let's get the chest. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you for the help with that one, Jack. Super easy if you know where that hole is. That was really hard to find though. I mean, who would have known to look there? Definitely difficult to find. Right. Okay. So, okay, thank you, Jack. I'm going to go fly back to Dalaran and hand that one in, because that's going to be really handy to have. So I'm just going to fly off. And what we're going to do now is hand that quest in for Tharilion's Fall, which is going to help. We've also got this as well, actually. The Fragile Crucible. Let's do this one whilst we're here, because this is really close by. And this should be an easy enough one. So we need a Fragile Crucible. Let's go have a look. This should be here. There it is.
My eyes see all.
So let's use our Boomkin abilities. Wow, that's pretty good. Certainly got the DPS when you want it. E and one of those, a 2 and a 1. I'll probably have to do this one as well. New moon and a 4. I'm a bit slow with getting my spells off. There we go, there's the crucible. I'll have a look at that. I have to have a look at that clip later, right one too. But hopefully it's a good one. Right, let's hand those two in. That was good. Pick that one up. Cave dipper. Nice. Okay, so we are going back to hand in some quests. So this is good for our alchemy. Now the next thing I'm thinking, which would be a great way to carry on this progression, is El Morte, my Death Knight could really do with leveling up some. So I'm thinking what I'll do next is, because I can't do a lot more without any ingredients for Awakening, which is a shame. We need some more living steel, but we can't do that without some more ingredients. We've done the HalfHill farm, so what we need to do is get our mining up and running a bit better. The Thirillion's full, done, and this gives me Starlight Rose rank 3. Awesome. And around here, I would certainly be up for that, and if we can get anyone else who wants to level up, that would certainly be useful. Thank you, Playboy. I'm just going to hand these quests in and take the next one on. Lining the Crucible. Okay, we just need Fellhide for that. Okay, that's not too bad. So my El Morte is level 65, so anyone around that level would be suitable for this, kind of like above 60 and probably below 72. EU Alliance, 60 to 81, as I said. 75 Rogue would be useful, yeah. So EU Alliance, what I'll do is I'll log on over now and probably do the ramparts again like we did last time. So El Morte, level 65 at the moment. It doesn't take long, and 10 runs is super quick. So anyone who would like to join in, I'm going to set up a group. There we go. Let's make a group. Pre-made groups, custom. Start a group. I'm going to call it Samadan Plays WoW. There we go. 700,000 XP. Yeah, it's a lot, basically. So, looking at this, we also need to head on over. Whilst I've got that up, we need to head to the Mage Tower so we can get the portal. There we go. I guess that's you, is it, Playboy? I'm assuming. Dalfurian. Yeah, that's you. Okay. And then anyone else who wants to join in. So we are, the group's called Samadan Plays WoW. All one word. And I need to head on up, I believe, for the portal. Where is it? Through here. EU Alliance, yeah. There we go. Hellfire Peninsula. This one. 75 Rogue, yeah. Oops, close that. And portal through. 65's good, Syntax. And then we need to head on over to here, Hellfire Citadel. So I'm going to head on over. Mama Kinder, yeah, let's have a look. Where's my group finder? There we are. Any more in? There we go. Better Cold, you're in. It's EU. Hey, Lift It Up, how are you? Doing very well, thank you. We're just about to do a boost for leveling El Morte. With the thanks of Playboy for doing the boosting. Just search for Sam. Okay, there we go. That's a good idea, Jack. I'll turn on... What I'll do is I'll turn on auto accept. And then the last person, first come, first served, can go straight in. You only have classic 1 to 100. That should be alright. Yep, we're not going to be too long on this one though, lift it up, but... if we're still doing it, then you're more than welcome to join in. Yes, definitely. Right, 2 people in. There we go. I don't actually know where I need to be for this. Yeah, should be in custom groups. So if you do a group finder, search for custom group and look for Sam or something. Finally able to catch the streams. Usually you had to head off. Well, yeah, it's Hellfire Ramparts, I believe, is the one to do. I am on EU, yes. You're lagging a bit on, I think it's on Twitch, but not so sure on here. Okay. That's fair enough. I'm just trying to find out where the actual entrance to the Citadel is. I don't think I've actually been to it myself. Let's have a look. Here we go. Down here. There we go. There we are. We can summon now. Does anyone need a summon? Where's the summoning stone? Ah, there it is. Oops. Ouch. Does anyone else need a summon? Bitter cold. Give you a summon. There we go. And who's the next one in? Bronze Death. There we go. Hey. Oh, sorry, couldn't find that syntax. That's a bit weird. I wonder why it didn't list. Because if you're in the herb group, it should have been fine. Strange. Strange indeed. Woshin, thank you ever so much for the follow. Finally caught a stream. Well, thank you indeed. Right, have we got everyone here? Bronze Death we need to get in. Yes, as Jack just said, Enchanting and Tailoring do work really well together. There we go. Everyone through? I think so. You never know how distracted you are while gaming till you put a 2-litre bottle in front of you with a straw and turn to it to see it empty. Very true, Sorkas. Right, so what we'll do is run through and, same as last time, go through the first 2 bosses and collect everything up, and then so go through, do the first 2 bosses, it's that one, and then jump down and you'll get the whilst Dalfurum does the final boss, and then you'll get the loot in the mail, and then you get the everything else from there. Did I set everything correctly? Have we got the dungeon difficulties on heroic? Should I? No, it's on normal. I should set that. Shouldn't I set that to heroic? I maybe have to go back and change that. Change that for the next one. So wait, you can do Carrot Trash. That's going to speed up leveling quite a bit. Is it? Oh, that's going to be useful. I did hear about that. Okay. The next one I'll change to heroic. No, not heroic. Oh, okay. Okay, Costa. Got half a level per run. It's insane. Okay, well that's going to be definitely useful. I'm loving the the monk way of going around. It looks awesome. I've never really seen a monk in action much before. Okay, TJ, well thanks ever so much for stopping by. And hey, Agent Rusky, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Akira, how are you? Alright, just going to run through everything. And then we'll go off and do this one. Collect up the loot from there. There we go. And then we'll head back. Once we pick up this one, we'll head back and jump off back to the entrance. Finally, summer vacation. Wow. That starts early. So much time to level an alt now. Wow, yeah. That's amazing. That's a lot of time indeed. Playing some PUBG with some friends. Excellent. Good to hear, Agent. Okay, go through there. And then we'll run back. And then, whilst you do the kill, Delphirium, and we'll do the jumping down, getting ready to the reset. Short periods per semester. So we've got 3 months summer vacation. Flip side of that, school year is a lot more stressful. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess there is that. I'm just going to pick up these last ones, and then I can head down, and then we can jump down the bottom.
You have faced many challenges. Pity they were all in vain. Soon your people will kneel to my lord of you all.
There we go. There's the extra XP at the end. Till when will I be streaming? Probably about another hour, I would say. Right, and then we all pop outside. Now, does my reset macro work? Catch you off the raid. Okay, lift up. Okay, no worries. Let's see if this works. Instance reset. No, I think I need to edit this. Hold on. Macros. I think I need to take this off. Oh. Oh dear. I forgot we're on PvP. If I was on my warlock. Thank you ever so much. I forget about PvP. I'm so used to being on a PvE. Right, I didn't do the reset. We need to go through. I'll do that. Oh, let's try this one. Oh, no. I've just been killed again. I died. Right, I need to do the reset of the instance. There we go. There are people still inside the instance, so I can't reset it until everybody's outside. Okay. Everyone has to be outside for me to be able to reset. Oh, the carnage. Move the group to a PV. Put your PV. How can I move it to a PVE one? How do I do that? Okay. You make the invites. Yeah, I did that one. I did the invites. For some reason, I'm not sure why it's... There we go. There we go. Is that everyone reset? Everyone needs to be outside. I think that's it. Reset all instances. Or I'll try this again. Did that work? Let's just check it. Oh yes, it is reset now. Okay, there we go. Do apologise. There we go. Very weird. Maybe I need to be the first person to go outside. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, that one. Okay, well, we managed to sort it out. So I'm going to have to try and just do it quickly. With that macro, that should work now. With any luck. So I'll try and do that a bit quicker next time. If it is a PvP one. I wonder if I just phased into one strangely. It does slow down the levelling process somewhat though. You're now 53k behind your target, are you, Costa? 53k is pretty good though. That's still pretty close though, compared to where I'm at on my chart. Hey Nerexius, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're just going through doing a bit of boosting at the moment. I've got loads of these light touch breastplates now. Trying to get up to beyond level 65 at the moment. Still millions away from your target. Depends what your target is, Akira. Is it gold cap? Alright, I'll follow round this way, seeing as you've done these ones first. That'll be easier. Just to skip them all. There we go. Do I consider engineering? I would like to do engineering. I would definitely like to do engineering. It's on the list, that's for sure. Oh, you're for the 5 million, are you, Akira? That's cool. You changed some UAS instruments. I'll have a look after stream at the moment, Pointy Gnome, but I saw your message on Discord, so I'll have a look and I'll give you some feedback. It'll probably be tomorrow because I'm going to head to bed after this one. But it's always good to fiddle with things and get some feedback on them, definitely. If you do engineering, you can use your living steel to make sky golems. Yes. So I could then further my professions even more so. There we go. Level 66. But the 500 curs saves you 5k in buying, so that gives you 15,000 in flasks, so that's cool. Right, let's try this macro quickly, see if it works now. Did that work? Let's just try it. There we go. Nope, still plays inside. Did that work? Let's try it. There we go. Yep, that worked. It's not getting a lot of feedback on that. I have to I'll have to make sure that I've got LAC on or something like that. You found 2,000 rascal bots sell for more than a sky golem for the same mat. Oh, okay. Yours is 85k for a golem, around 60 for a rascal. Okay. Oh, the profession dating show. Yeah, it's a bit like that. Pick what's fun. That's what I suggest. Or if you can, get every profession. That's my aim eventually. But I'm not going to be able to get that with my current amount of time played. Leveling is soul destroying. It can be if you've done it several times, then this is a good way to at least go through it quickly. You never had to relist a golem. Well, that's good sell rate right there. That's really good, Senza. Fun is good, but good matching can do magic. That is very true, Jack. That is very true. Why don't you do the monk trick when you have a monk carry? You waste all the kill XP. What's the monk trick, Ignis? I'm not aware of it. I think you need to make a video about it. Good idea. Going to shower. Still be here in 20 minutes? Most likely, Costa. Most likely. No one farms living steel anymore, so making golems is definitely a good way to maximise the material. Yeah. Anything that can maximise your profits is good in my books, definitely. Right, so I don't know how many of these we've done. This is number 3, I believe. Okay, no problems.
You have faced many challenges. Pity they were all in vain.
And I'll head back.
Your people will kneel to
So how are we doing? So that's a good chunk of XP, that last boss. That 46,000. That's where the thing is. You just grab the Mooncloth robe pattern, see how it does. Yeah, good luck on that one. It's not for my realm, it's not a fast seller, but it is a steady seller, and it's good profits on it. Hey Boogie, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Alright, let's see if I can do this reset quickly. Reset all instances, yes. There we go. That should be it. Mats are very cheap on your server. Okay, well that's always useful. No thank you, Cat. I remember the days of sapping, sheeping, and all the feigned deathing that you used to do. Under 100 gold for Mooncloth and 13 on pearls. Well, that definitely is a good crafting cost right there. It's however much you can sell it for. I mean, I think 5,000 is reasonable. If you can sell it for over 5,000, if there's not many people on your server selling it, then that's a good price. I don't know why that one in particular sells well for me. Whether it's a particular look that people go for, or one that just people know of. Most mounts sell at a negative for Makos. Ouch, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, and those having them stocked up is the thing, isn't it? Because you don't. They may seem like negative mat cost for you, but they could be positive for the person who's doing them because they picked up their materials so much cheaper. I know that was the case for me with a lot of the enchanting materials for a while. I mean, I'm a perpetual hoarder, so I would rather have an excess of stuff than to run out of it. Which is why my guild bank's such a mess. Yeah, the boss does moan quite a lot. That sounds familiar with gumdrops. Yeah, definitely. Gumdrops as well. I do need to have like another guild bank per character. I haven't actually seen it. It's pretty well organised last I saw him on stream. He's certainly not as chaotic as mine. I had someone that posted mounts cheaper than crafting costs, so you bought them all, or he could not keep up with the farming materials and you resold the mounts at profits. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is if you know that the materials are going to be limited, there will be a limit, and then you'll be able to profit. It's a good plan if you can buy up everything. Been stocking Panthers for BFA 8 so far. Is there a reason why you're stocking them up for BFA, Boogie? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Panthers myself, so I don't know whether people... Is it just because more people will be back with BFA and will be looking to do things? Don't sell them in the first 2 to 3 months. Yeah, I got a feeling... well, I almost missed on that one, actually. Was a bit early. Right, let's do a reset all instances. Try again. Did that work that time? Let's try it one last time. Let's run back in. Let's see if that worked. Oh, I missed out on a lot of chat there. Price will be high as not a lot of members will be farming the materials for them. That's true. Inevitable fall from inflation. Yep. Wondering if it's worth start hoarding old world mats as new profit system won't let people grind. Yep. And I've heard people like Gumdrops talk about, and the Gold Queen talk about making profession kits for people who want to skill up in those things. That might be a thing you could prepare and sell in Shade Chat. It's not something that I personally would go for. It's too much hassle for me. But I know some people would do that. More busy buying materials and BFA crafted gear and consumables. Yeah, I think people are going to be busy with the BFA content. Which means that if there's anything that people might find useful whilst they're doing BFA content, you can profit there. Made over 200,000 with profession kits at the end of the last expansion. Nice, Des Trucks. I've never done it myself, but I've heard what the principle involves, so it does seem like quite a good thing to do. Just Google fast profession level, buy the mats off the auction house and sell them as a package for double what you bought the mats for. Yeah, basically it's the whole effort thing, isn't it? You know, if you people would like it if they can do it easy for slightly more expensive, they will. Well, a lot of people will, not everyone, because not everyone's the same, obviously. But that's the general premise. Okay, load of loot there. It's going to skip straight on to this lot. And then head on up there. Bundles are always in demand. You managed to sell cheap battle pets in bundles for the raiding with leashes achievements. Ah, I didn't realise there was something with pets you could do. That's good, Kojak. You'd post in trade chat and get like 10 whispers each time. Ah. See, I don't tend to use trade chat a lot myself. Am I just way behind here? Yes, I am. How did I get to be so far behind? You sold Enchanting for almost 3 times the mat. Well, that's brilliant.
Faced many challenges. Pity they were all in vain. Soon your people will kneel to
Yeah, at least I can head down here. There we are, we can all go out together. Right, let's do a quick reset. Don't think my macro is working, so I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Reset. Yes. And back in. There you go. Hey, Newavin, how are you? I'm doing very well, thank you very much. We're just doing some level boosting at the moment with El Morte, my Death Knight. Looking to get up to, well, where are we at now? We're at 66 already. So we're looking to get, well, as high as we can in these 10 runs. Probably, hopefully get to 67, which does make it a lot easier for those that are tired of leveling or want to at least level quickly. This is a good way of going through it, with the help of someone boosting, obviously. And everyone else who isn't of high level is gaining their levels. You've been farming Ghost Iron and Trillium along with Sky Shards and Pantalan quite a bit as well, just stocking up now. Have a bit when the new expansion hits. That's pretty good idea, actually. I think stocking up on things that are going to be that people aren't going to be farming as much of, because they'll all be focusing on BFA content, is a pretty good investment. I mean, even some of the Legion stuff is going to be slightly more hard to get hold of because there's less people farming it. And if there's Legion things that are still being used, you know, I wonder if some of the enchants are going to be, the Legion enchants are going to actually still be in demand because the new BFA enchants won't be in, either be too expensive or they will be too expensive, or I've lost my train of thought. Or people just want the cheaper ones, really. Primal Fire has 500 gold on your server. Nice. Looking forward to leveling several alts to the Mage Chow challenge. Oh, you're also not looking forward to level several alts to the Mage Chow? Yeah, I'm kind of completely avoiding that challenge myself. I don't know, Boogie. You know, obviously Blizzard will tweak the game right up till the end, so and fix things and what have you. So I've got no idea. Oh, there we go. Justice Bearers Pauldrons. You do like doing all the zones, but it just feels super slow. Yeah, I think if you've done it before. Yeah, I think if they don't, it'll definitely be a good seller. I'd agree with that.
Soon your people will kneel to my end of you.
War Scythe. Okay, nice. Oh, was that me? I got the War Scythe. I didn't see that. Doesn't have a value on for me, but okay, that's cool. I'll take it. So far, I only did the dungeon grind when it's still overpowered, when you started out with a friend. Ah, okay. Let's see if I can reset this. There we go. I'm back inside. Oh, it's 5k on your server. Okay, nice. Okay, I'll have to look out for that. TSM didn't give me a price on it for that time, which is a bit weird. So now it's the first time actually doing old content leveling. I mean, yeah, with the leveling changes, that's quite cool. I did like the idea of what they've done with that. I'd like to do it some more with Bridget, my hunter, and level her through doing quests in zones I haven't really experienced. That's what happened in every other expansion. People dump all the old mats, clear their bank for the new stuff, and then pay double for stuff they used to make because they need it now, can no longer make it immediately. Yeah, I think Commander Bod, you've hit the nail on the head there. It's basically lack of forward thinking, really. Thinking that everything's going to be new and shiny in the next expansion, but everything in the next expansion is going to be super duper expensive, especially at the beginning. And then people who don't have as much money will then need to go back to their old tried and tested things from the expansion before. And if they haven't stockpiled, then that's where they'll miss out on things. Oh, you got one. There we go. Let's do some damage. There we go.
This may hurt.
You've read it'll be a fixed speed increase. Still good, but not as good as before. Yeah, I mean, at least that way it's a bonus, at least. You know, but just not overpowered, perhaps. I'd be alright for that one. You don't see any use for the herbs, really, but for the ores you do. Yeah, if you can think of something that you can make with them that you think other people are going to use even whilst they're leveling in BFA, then I think that's going to be a market to focus on. At least stockpile on those things. Go this side, I think. How am I doing for bag space? Oh, I've got plenty of bag space. Plenty of bag space. Alright. I haven't got LAC, so I can't track how many times I've reset this for. What have you done? I'm guessing about 6 or 7, I think. Have I read any of the WoW storybooks? No, I haven't actually, Lift Up. I'd quite like to, though. It's just a question of getting around to them. But yeah, they'd be I'd like to read them. You need to both keep the old stuff and start investing in the new, because flipping farmed mat is a market. Yeah, buying and putting it up at a higher price. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm a bit... oh, there we go, 67. Right, how's everyone doing? Just wait for everyone to come back down. Thank you very much. And the last one... You read the Arthur's one, that was great. Okay, yeah. I don't know what eras they cover, but I would be interested in reading them. Alright, let's do a reset. Okay, and back in. Right, how many have we got to so far? Yep, it's another one. The Lich King was great. Maybe soon start with the others. How many are there? Are there just the 3? Or are there other ones? Other than... Oh, there's lots of them, are there? Okay. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to get into the whole world of it. It'll give me something to read up on the train, perhaps. Have the separate stories from the DLCs, also the Chronicles volumes. Ah, right. I did read the new comic that they just released. It's on the front page of the Battle.net launcher. I read that comic. That was quite cool. And also the Chronicle volumes. Yeah, that's the third one's just been released of that, hasn't it? The Chronicles. That's the one I was thinking of when I thought 3 books.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
I have used it before, Boogie, and I'm wishing that I've turned it on now. I try and keep my add-ons lean because I'm running on Mr. Potato here and he doesn't have the best of specs, so I try and keep my number of add-ons down to a minimum. But in a situation like this, I think Loot Appraiser would have been useful to have on. At least for being able to reset the instances, if nothing else. Mr. Potato is slightly upgraded. We do have a new motherboard and RAM and excuse me, CPU waiting in the wings. I just need to get a few more bits and pieces to fully utilise on that one. You love that ding sound when something tasty drops though. Yeah, that's true. I am missing out on that. Because I missed out on one of that axe that I got. Thank God you bought Spirit of Harmony when you did. The price is 200 gold from what you got it a week ago. Nice, Swalkas. Currently I'm finding the same with Spirit of Harmony. I wish I'd bought more of it earlier when I knew that it was a thing to get.
You have faced many challenges.
Nearly there.
They were all in
What you're looking forward to in BFA is previously you had to figure out everything on your own by trial and error. This time, good connected with this stream, Jack's blog, other Twitches and YouTube that just weren't around for Legion launch. Yeah, I was never into gold making. Well, I wasn't around for Legion launch for that matter. So yeah, for me it's the same. Well, it's not quite the same. For me it's new. It's new to have this. So I think this is 7 runs. Okay, let's run another one then. I mean, this is my first time being a gold maker and being at the start of an expansion. I mean, I was there for the start of Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, but I was more of a casual player then, not so much a gold maker. No worries. Okay, whilst Playboy's just been disconnected, I'm going to grab a bit of water and I'll be back. Whoops. There we go. Just have to quickly log out. Let's head back in. There we go. Your blog's going nuts at the moment. Talked about it and it's posted on Wowhead. Oh yeah, that's gonna seriously give it a boost, Jack. Right, there we go. We're all back in the game. Oh, excellent! It was on the wrap up. I missed the wrap up today. I've been so busy this weekend. I haven't had a chance to check up on it. Excellent! Congratulations, Jack, for being on the weekly blog. What profession toon will I focus on in BFA? Well, I'm going to be playing my main personally, Samadan, first round through. So the professions he has is Enchanting and Tailoring, which I think is going to be was going to be a good start for me, because I want to get enchants up and running, because Legion enchants were so good for me. I've got a feeling they're going to be good for me in BFA, especially as new raids come out and everything else. Yeah, I mean, there's not many blog posts out there, Jack, so I think you've got a good niche there. I mean, you've got Gold Queen obviously has a very well-rounded blog, and Lazy Goldmaker also has a really good one. But the the Living Steel calculator, that kind of thing is definitely useful. Oh, does Shin have one as well? I thought he had. Did he have a podcast, or was it a? I didn't realise he had a blog as well. Ah, okay. Oh, he has both. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, 'cause I knew he had one. I didn't realise he had the blog as well. Hey, Lol, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Is that lol-e or is it lol? How would you like that pronounced? Alright, some gold. And then back we go. So we're coming up for halfway through 67.
Soon your people will kneel to my lord of you all.
Lol plus first part of letter A. Lola. Okay. Lole. Lole. Is that it? Don't want to make a vlog that tells you how to make gold. Just want to let people in the mindset make gold. That's why it's missing. Yeah, I think that's a different tack on it, isn't it, Jack? Rather than sort of like do this, do this, do this. This is like, well, here are some tools where you can get stuff done. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's just do a reset. There we go. And back in. Think before you act. Yeah, I think that's a good that's a good advice for life in general, basically. Yeah, Google cookies is always especially when you're EU. Yeah, anywhere in the EU, cookies is quite a notification problem. Ah, you had the phonetic alphabet in your country. Okay. You did post 2 gigs about 250k hour runs videos. Got a lovely browser add-on for blocking all domains that aren't from the main website. Yeah, they're not going to be sustainable, is what I'm thinking of in those claims. Not done yet. No, we're almost there. I've lost count of how many runs because I haven't got Loot Appraiser running, but I think we're almost done. Braces of Just Rewards. That's another one. Some silver. How are we doing for gold wise? 4,000. Not bad, not bad. We've had a good run so far, I think. Yeah, I think so, Jack. It's kind of like a false hope, really, and glosses over the mindset that needs to go underneath that. Right, I think I'm... Oh no, I'm in the right place. There we go. Yeah, absolutely, we would all be rich. Well, we are, in many ways. The main thing now that you can actually play again is that you'll be playing the game the first time before jumping back into gold making, and casually read blog posts about what certain professions, other like blacksmithing, old world. Going to take a few more days to get me to 82. Yep, Costa, it will do. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. The thing is, it's what I like about this is the fact that other people are getting to benefit from this too. So therefore, you know, it's not just me that's leveling up some characters, it's other people who are watching the stream. So thank you all for joining in. Those bits of nonsense, they can be useful to where to find specific map pet bronze block you're looking for. Yeah, that's true. Too bad you can't do it with a raid size party. Yeah, that would be useful. When you get to 70, Karazhan, yeah, that's what I hear. Or 72. Right, let's see if we need any more reset. Okay, try again. Is this game still fun? Haven't played in years. It is, because there's always something to do. Okay, that's us done. We've done them all. Well, thank you everyone for that. That was absolutely awesome. Oops, no. There we go. Ramparts can be done till like 82. Yeah. Right, I'm going to Hearth, back to the Dwarven district. So thank you Playboy for the help with the boost on that one, and thank you everyone else for joining in. Very much appreciated. My server is Shadow Song on EU. Stuff you didn't want anyone to know about your blog. Finding explanation on TSM price sources is very interesting. That helped me understand how, when you wanted to use them. Hey, yeah, Sakura, how are you? Yes, Jack's was a great blog. I think it's going to be one to look out for sure. It was Geek, Not Spectral Tiger, and Feldrake. Nice, nice indeed. I have a grand total of 29 mounts. Alright, I'll see you in the next boost. Okay, thank you very much. Right, what I'll do is I'll just check what I can sell. Right, I'll do the junk manually because that's my safer way of doing it. There we go. Good stream so far. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Sakura. We've and all the dungeons once for the quest. Yes, that's true, Costa. Got to remember to do that. Thank you, Lift It Up. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. And sleep well, and hope to see you soon. 29 is about the same age as you. Ah, there we go. Shin's one. Thinking to break 200,000 profit today. Nice, Foku. Very nice. I've just been piling auctions up upon auctions the entire night. Very nice. And then I'm going to fly around in Draenor. Yes, Draenor's going to be the next thing, because now that I've got flying, so that future investment's going to be definitely useful. What enchants do I make? I make the old world ones that are selling well for me at the moment, Playboy, are Elemental Force, Crusader, Mongoose when I've got the materials for it. I do have one of the stats, but not the glorious stats yet. You stop playing when you were 90, when 90 was max, and you got like 150 mounts. Wow. Yeah, see, for someone who's played since vanilla, having only 30 mounts is quite embarrassing, really. Well, no, I haven't even got 30. I got 29. Because what happened was in vanilla, I got my griffin and my horse, and that's all I ever wanted. I never bothered again. So that was me done. And I only bought the other griffins of the late. So, but then I didn't do... I mean, I have played since vanilla, but I haven't done... I had a break between Mists of Pandaria, Cataclysm and Walls of Draenor. And rep with Hands and Arakoa. Oh, okay, you need another 40 chests. Okay. Yeah, see how you get on Silver Moon, Playboy. Those are the... I mean, the Legion enchants I'm still selling as well. You get boosted through Sethek Halls for a change and get a chance to get the Ravenlord mount. Ooh, that could be handy. I mean, I'm not adverse to getting mounts. It's just it hasn't been my focus for such a long time, and I could never afford them back when I was playing in vanilla. Which in this gives you a good vibe. All you did was farm too. Yeah, I mean the level farming is one of the things, you know, I'm trying to do just to get Earthen through a little bit. But over here got Flying in Draenor. Excellent. Good. So you should at least be able to, yeah, he'll be able to help you out and get the rest. That's cool, Costa. Just that you're new to this, so it's really exciting. For me, just adding more and more professions, and tonight you've just been making sure to be the cheapest in the markets. It's really moving Mailbox consumables. Yeah, that's basically it, Foka. You found your niche, you found what's selling right now, and you're capitalizing on it. That's exactly how you make the gold. Okay, so these BOEs don't really have a high disenchant value. So some of these I'm just going to... mining pick I want to keep because that's mine. Some of these I'm just going to go ahead and vendor. Now that one... All my screams, thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. You sold 150 flasks today. Wow, that's loads. Old player, but max you had is around 60,000. Never passed that. Yeah, I mean, I was like that for a long time until I decided I'm going to make gold. And then I found Enchanting in Legion, and then that was it for me for a long time. So this looks like it's worth something. This mace. Doom says Mace of Agility. So I'm going to keep that. This one, not so much. Hell Reaver, that's soulbound, so I'll just sell those. And this War Scythe, according to that, it's 12,000. Must be going soon. You're liking here, so say good night. Good night, Mama Kinder. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. I'll catch you again soon. And Kashibu, thank you ever so much for the follow. Completely at a loss as to how to gain enough cheap Starlight Rose. How much do you need? I mean, obviously the seed raids are a good way of doing it, if you can get hold of them. Silver and Elixir sold for 8 gold per pot earlier this week. Nice. How long will I be streaming for? Probably not much longer now, Skig, because it's getting close to midnight here and I've got work in the morning. So I'm probably going to be finishing up once I've just listed these things on. These seem to be overinflated prices. Looking at that, at 49,000, because there's what looks like to be here is... and you've run dry, so drums, flask, augment runes have been selling really high. Nice. Sleepers for the week. 150 times 7. Okay, you need a lot then. Yep, definitely. So for this, which one was it? This one. This one's been artificially inflated by whoever's got the one auction on. If they're using something like DB Market, they'll be constantly bumping up their own price if you don't look at it for too long. So I'm going to put mine on for region, and hopefully I should be better off on that one and sell it for the actual correct price. That one's got no auctions on. Aurora Sphere. Don't know what that is. It's held in the offhand. That might be worth selling. Let's have a look at the armor. This is all soulbound, so that's for selling. Is this all soulbound? This is. Binds on equipped. That seems quite good. 7,000 that one apparently, and region market's 9,000. So that seems a decent value. That one's soulbound. Advertise on trade for Starlight Row. Someone will be looking for a quick dump. Yeah, that's true. You can farm like 200 before you get bored distracted. Yeah, I'm the same, Costa. I can't do it for too long unless it was something like that seed raid, which is, much more fun. You start a raid and put in description small, all BOE reserved, and nobody would see it at the time, and 10k each and get a couple a day. Fair enough. Hopefully you sell your other 300 flasks tonight though. Hopefully so, and then you can get yourself back on track. That doesn't look to be worth putting on, so I'm going to sell that one, and that one, not worth it. That one's soulbound, that one's soulbound. That's a weird mix of prices. 6 gold is super cheap. Region market's 400, but it's not really worth it even for that. So I'll do that one. First gold making started back in Wrath of the Lich King. You linked epics from the auction house and trade chat above buy price when you found a buyer. Found a buyer, bought the item and sold it. Nice check. So you didn't even actually have the item until it was time to buy it. That's nice. That's bringing the markets together. That's nice. Even if you have to buy 2,000 Starlight. Well, I guess if you've got to buy it, you've got to buy it. Go for that. Go for that. There's all of these are soulbound because we've got loads of them. Now this one's 4,000 market value. 1,000 region. So that might be worth putting on. And this is soulbound, and then the backs are also soulbound. Okay, so we've got a few things there. Now these I'm really not going to bother with, because these are just minor things. Salted venison, sunspring carp. I mean, this stuff just doesn't sell quickly enough for me to make me think that this is actually going to sell. I mean, that one actually not too bad. That's got 0.05 sell rate. I might do that one. But then that has as well. Okay. Okay, Skig, thanks ever so much for stopping by. The health pot. The major healing potion? Or heart pot? Is that the one I just sold? Okay. Good night, Skig. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. What else then? Sniped 945 risk for 110 gold a few days ago. Didn't even notice that they were that high eye level. Fair enough. What sale rate should you look for? Ideally, anything that's... I mean, look at that for netherweave cloth. 0.44 is pretty good. Health of the shape of the heart. That one. Although that's only got 93 silver. And the sale rate is 0.08. So it's a little bit better. But there's not much gold. It's worth less than the gold. I'm more inclined to just sell that one to the vendor to save me the hassle of listing something. Hey Frodo, how are you? We're actually just finishing up, so unfortunately you're just catching the end of the stream. I'm just going through what we got through our levelling run. Some good things, some very nice things, and some things we're going to put on the auction house. We're currently at level 67. Traveller's backpack. 16 slot bag. No, we don't need to bother with that. Right, okay. What's the add-on name? Which one? For TSN? I'll keep it. Oh, I've already sold it.
Off and away.
TSM, the auctioning add-on, or which add-on do you want particularly? Or Addy bags? Ah, yes. This one, dirt bags. For my bags, it's that one. The one I'm using for my auction is this one here, Trade Skill Master. For the beta, TSM4, I believe. There we go. If you want to sign up for the beta, you can sign up there. Right, we just need to add this to our groups. So we're going to add in all these old world region average ones. So we're going to put these on for region average, because that way I'm more likely to sell them. So that one and that one is definitely overpriced on this realm, on Shadow Song. This one could be a good one for selling, and that one seems a good one. And the War Scythe also seems good. So let's add those in and see if we can sell those. 955 hands reward for mythic weekly. Nice. Is that good? 955 sounds good. Alright, so if we post these on, haven't got any auctions on because this is El Morte. Let's run a post scan and see if El Morte can start making some gold. This will be another character making some gold, which would be useful. Yeah, pretty good. Excellent. So what have we got? The Bree, Van Braces of Stamina, Aurora Sphere, the Mace. See, that's a few thousand for each. I'm quite okay with those prices. They're not unreasonable. They're going more for the regional. So I'm going to post those on and see if we get any sales. Oh, I haven't got the macros set up for you. Let's just post those up. There we are. What is it on the Samadan? 922, I think. Sell the bronze bar. What have I got? Haven't got any at the moment. Right, so we're going to swap over to Samadan to finish up. Actually, no, we need to swap over. So 955 is high. Yes, definitely. That bumped you to 930. Excellent, Scorchane. Excellent. Oh, I can make them. Okay. Yes. I haven't thought about what I could make and sell. I'm not going to do that on El Morte tonight because I'm going to finish up as it's midnight. What we're going to do though is we're going to log out of this and we're going to go to Jawakening, because Jawakening needs to send over some gold to Samadan, because Jawakening's actually in a decent place at the moment. So my daily profit account-wide, Asteros, is averaging out about 25,000, which is below target. I should really be at least 50,000 if I want to get my BFA mount. But yeah, still very happy with that. It certainly gives me enough for tokens, which was my main purpose in getting gold. But what I really want to do now is get that mount. So let's find me a mailbox. Actually, probably worth, what have we got? The Wild Jade sale. Okay. So how are we doing for gold? We are actually at 81,000. So we can afford now, with the money we've made with Awakening, to actually send some over to Samadan as part of the... This is the whole purpose. So let's send over 31,000 to Samadan, because then you can stay at 50. That's your pot of gold. So that's your float money to Awakening. And anything more you make can be sent to Samadan as the pool. There we go. Hey audio, how are you? Been watching videos on YouTube. Must say your voice is very relaxing. Oh, thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say so. Call him Samadan Ross. Thank you, Jack. Should do a podcast. Someone suggested I should read storybooks. I think it was Sharkan suggested I do story time. That would be fun. Why is everyone interested in Golden Lotus? Golden Lotus is useful for my alchemy at the moment. Hey, Intrepid Muppet, how are you? With TSM, you can use send excess gold to banker, and it'll send all gold over a certain threshold. Oh, that's a good idea. I could set that one up. Thank you, that one bro guy. That's a good idea. Oh, look at that. We've got some good sales as well that came through. Lavish Feast, the enchants that we had from earlier. Lightborn Delicacy Platter. Venak, thank you ever so much for the follow. Trying to do the stuff you're doing, but nothing is selling. It's very much server dependent. The question is just finding the niche on your server and what things you can do. You got 13 110s, and all you're doing is the 400 gold plus world quest gathering. You're getting around 17k daily. I mean, that's a good base. The fact that you've got 13 110s is a really strong position to be in. Read the book that comes with the collector's edition on stream when you get it. Not a bad idea, Commander Bond. I have considered that. I wondered if it would be okay from a Blizzard point of view. I think it's in the other tab. Okay, I'll have a look. I'll look out for that one. You're on Dre.eu. Okay. The rest you level up, collect pet toys. What's that from? You do 1 times 3 for 3 days, all world quests. And the rest of the pet toys. Okay, fair enough. Your sales can be 30 to 13, totally random. Yeah, it can be. It can be. Right, so 17,000 in sales, plus the 31,000 from Awakening, is going to put Samadan in a much better position. So let's have a look at our gold. No worries, Tony. Where is our gold chart? Okay. Rule number 1, no realm is the same. This is true. This is true. Actually, we need to move over to our bag. Oops, no. Control Z. There we go, date. Hold on, let's move that back over. No, not the mail, the bag. There we go. And then we can have a look. So now we are. Where are we on? Are we? Oh, we missed a day. So I didn't put in yesterday's. Oh, Dover Junior, thank you ever so much for the follow. So we missed yesterday's. Obviously we just passed midnight, so I'm not going to put it on the 11th. I'm going to put it on the 10th, and we're going to put in 1,650,111. So we are still below, but that's taken a bit more of an upturn because we had flattened out for the past week or so. So we're going on a little bit higher. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So we can fill that in. We'll probably just go with a guess for this, 1600000, which just kind of like fills that gap. So we've at least got that as a guess of what we earn in the middle. You had some really good sales of old tailoring. That's cool. That's cool. I do get sales of shirts. But it's going to be 4 million. Yes, with the reputation, it will be cheaper, Asteros. But I'd like to aim for 5 million at least. Just so that I've got some gold in the bank. And it's a nice round number. And it looks cool. But other than that, yeah, definitely. Glacial slippers. I haven't done those ones. For those that want this chart and haven't seen it already, they're more than welcome to take a copy of it. I'll put a link to the document here, so you're more than welcome to take a copy of my chart and use it for your own purposes. Change the values, put in your own values, and follow along. A Mage Tower is up. Yes, I've got Bear Tartar and Drums of Fury are on, so hopefully we're going to get some sales through that one. No idea to fill it in with your settings. You can literally just go through, well, obviously change the date. You could probably take off, depends on what day you start, and then work out what your starting gold is amount and what you want at the end, and then just add that amount on each time. Because this one is, I worked out, I started at 1 million, and then I realised that I had to make 44,000 and 444 per day. So I literally just did that one plus that one to add to that one. So what you would do if you wanted to do that, if say you had 2 million? No, 2 million. I haven't got that number format. So you change the format to number. So you get the 200,000 there. You can take the decimal places off, like that. So that's 200,000. So say you started with 2 million, and you wanted an extra, say 22,000 per thing. You would go 2 million. You'd go the sum of this one plus that one, which in here, where's the sum? We can copy it from this one. You can copy the text from there. Copy that and you can paste it in there. So you've got the sum D2 plus that, but instead of being 444444, you could change that to 22222. Is that enough twos? 2,022,022, and then with that selected, you can literally drag this little dot down and it'll do the same thing again, and it will add the same sum on. It will repeat what it did before again. So if I do that and drag this dot all the way down to the bottom, it will repeat the same action forever until you get to that point, and that takes you to 3,999,000. So it literally just does the same operation again and again and again, and then that will take you down to that date. And so that's how you'd put in your own values. Let me just clear that out. Let me just catch up on chat. If you want to get the old patterns, get Akis Recipe add-on. Yes, that's very good, Tony. I definitely recommend that. Or the Crithrian website. Any idea what cloths sell the best? Shirts. They don't sell a lot, but they do sell. I love selling shirts. And the mooncloth robe. Far too much of your job involves building spreadsheets, does it, Boogie? I mean, I do it. I do it for fun. I don't actually use spreadsheets in my day to day, but I do enjoy them. I just find, looking at the figures really nice and satisfying. So there we're at. That's me and my spreadsheet. So there we go. Do I farm at all for gold or just buy low and sell high? Pretty mainly buy low, sell high. Or rather, in my case, I don't buy low, sell high. I buy low and I turn that low into something else and craft it into something else, and I sell that for a profit. That's my main thing, the professions. The other thing I do is I do farm a few things. Oh, there we go. Silkweave satchels just sold. I do buy. I do go off farming for ember silk occasionally, or other things, simply because it's A, if it's fun, I'll do it, and B, if it's going to get me some extra gold in a different way, then I'm always happy to diversify. Right, I think I'm going to probably wrap it up there. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's hung around in the chat tonight. That gives the ka-ching when I make a sale. It's called I Sold More, Tony. If you look in my add-ons here, it's this one here, I Sold More. That gives you the till sound. No problem, Rob. Very happy to help out anyone. If you do have any questions, hit me up here on my Discord or on Twitter or on YouTube, or go into the WoW Economy Discord. There's plenty of people out there willing to help. Next I am on, I think I'll be on tomorrow. Yes, I haven't set my schedule up yet, but I'll chat through with the family. But I'll go for my usual ones on Monday, Wednesday, I think Thursday and Sunday, but I'll have to see what this week holds, because we've got some things coming up. So I'll let you all know, and we'll go from there. So let's see if there's anyone we can throw a host over to. Who have we got on? Now, I haven't done a host to... I haven't done a host to Sparety in a long while, so I'm going to throw a host over to her. She's very much a fun streamer. She knows her gold making. So I'm going to send a... not sure what she's up to tonight. Looks like she's running around. Okay. Let's throw a host over. But thank you all. Thank you. I know you're in bed now, Sharken, but thank you, Sharken, for your massive host from earlier. And thank you, Jack, for all your help with the herbs and the seed raid. That was absolutely fantastic. And thank you, Playboy, for the boosting of the levelling. That was absolutely fantastic too. Lots of help. There we go. So, have a great evening, everyone, and I shall see you very soon. Good night, farewell, and happy gold making.